Good music, good times.
One good thing about music, when it is
good music, good times. Delivering the best.
Gmgt big, 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 where the culture lives. Big, big, vibes big, big, big. Gmgt, yo, it is what it is. Smartin.
Good music, good times. With another long stretch of today's hottest hits and your all-time favorites.
Hey! This is your girl Nyla Blackman, and you're tuned into Trouble in the Morning.
Listen.
This is new.
That's right.
Trouble in the Morning has all your new music first.
baby girl, rock your flick. Some of them I talk, just roll with it. Have it on a lot, go ahead, baby. These kind of things I love to see. I know that you're dressed for you, baby. Whatever that you wear for you. Baby girl, I like the way you do you, yeah. Cause you know I roll with it. Feel like a superstar, you take the nugget. You put the boogie from the bass in your waistline. You should have seen how you look from my eyesight. I want you know how much, I want you back it up on it. Pretty darling, I wanna wine all the way to the morning. I love the way that you're making me want it. You make me sing songs, girl, you deserve it. Yeah, loving this feeling that make me step out of the zone. Away. Ooh. This feeling is so magical, I don't want it to go away. Take charming, I swear, baby, yeah. It's the best feeling of the year. You make your waistline go up there, down there, baby. Right there, baby, yeah. It's the best feeling of the year, yeah. You got me tripping over, yeah. I need the antidote. Need it to press up like we in a con. You know we do what we like. We do whatever we like. Life on the edge and you know that. And then yeah. Come give me that. How you roll and give me that. How you come and give me that. Right now I want you. How you come give me that. How you roll and give me that. How you come and give me that. Right now I want you. Yeah, loving this feeling that make me step out of the zone. Away. Ooh. This feeling is so magical, I don't want it to go away. How you come give me that? How you roll and give me that? How you come and give me that? Right now I want you. How you come give me that? How you roll and give me that? How you come and give me that? Right now I want you. They say you clickbait. I know you checkmate. I know you're not faking. I know you're not faking, girl. Yeah, loving this feeling that make me step out of the zone. Away. Ooh. This feeling is so magical, I don't want it to go away. How you come give me that? How you roll and give me that? How you come and give me that? Right now I want you. How you come give me that? How you roll and give me that? How you come and give me that? Right now.
Hey! This is your girl Nyla Blackman, and you're tuned into Trouble in the Morning.
Good morning to one and all. How you guys feeling this morning? The entire team is here already, and we are ready to go. And good morning to all the proud Biden-Harris supporters.
Democrats up in the building.
Democrats in the building. I hear you. The only Republican on this side. Anyway, good morning to you guys. It's now time for this.
Controversial.
It's not against the law for me to speak my mind.
Hard-hitting reality.
She can't say what Camille thought. She doesn't know that. She's not Camille.
Trouble in the Morning has your news headlines.
Yo, wake that ass up.
Wake your ass up. Wake your ass up.
Trouble in the morning.
Good morning to one and all. President-elect Joe Biden and Vice President-elect Kamala Harris made victory speeches to the nations on Saturday night. That's last night in Wilmington, Delaware, with prime remarks stressing unity for a sharply divided nation. She began with a tribute to the late congressman and civil rights icon John Lewis, giving a nod to those who paved the way for a more representative democracy. She went on to thank voters, organizers, poll workers, and activists who said she delivered a clear message in what became a referendum elections, choosing, she said, hope, unity, decency, science, and yes, truth. The daughter of the Indian and Jamaican immigrants, Harris also thanked her late mother and the generations of women before her, including black women who are too often overlooked and so often prove that they are the backbone of our democracy. All right, just give the old man the praise now.
Can't tell Jamaicans nothing for the next 4 years, all right?
While I may be the first woman in this office, I will not be the last, because every little girl watching tonight sees that this is a country of possibilities, she added. Biden, after nearly 50 years in public and 3 tries for the White House, then took the stage and squarely focused on healing a divided nation. Yes, boy. He was quoted as saying this as well.
For all our women were making style, your mother countries, the whole of Venezuela down here.
I wasn't expecting that.
I had to put a little humor in the news. I had to put a little humor in the news.
Oh, God.
Also in other news, voters approved a constitutional amendment to legalize cannabis in New Jersey, putting pressure on neighborhood states like New York. After years of legislative failures, New Jersey voters on Tuesday authorized the legal use of recreational marijuana in a year when supporters rallied around the disproportionate number of arrests for drug in the minority communities. The ballot question passed as expected was by a wide margin according to the preliminary results from the Associated Press. The vote allows New Jersey officials to begin a thorny, potential lengthy process of establishing rules related to regulation and testing cannabis, issuing license, including how many permits are granted and to whom. I know there was a couple other states as well that also passed the legislation for the marijuana.
Some of them even legalize other drugs, old drugs, decriminalize.
What?
I think it was Oregon maybe that decriminalized all drugs, or like.
That's a good state to go and start and make some money in, boy. A Missouri poll worker, knowing she had coronavirus, manned the polls Tuesday, November 3rd, and later died. Our officials said the elderly woman, who is otherwise not identified, worked as an election judge supervisor in St. Charles, Missouri, about 25 miles northwest of St. Louis.
I knew she had corona.
Yeah, she later died.
And then dead.
Also in the news, a police captain in Alabama is under investigation on administrative leave for social media posts in which he seemingly advocated a bullet in the skull for voters who didn't choose Donald Trump. I safe. I see. Captain Scott Walden of Formation, Alabama, recently posted on Facebook to share his opinion on the contested presidential race. In the post, he responds to a comment about those who voted for former President Joe Biden and their motives for doing so. He was quoted as saying, "The idiots that voted for Biden hated Trump enough to throw the country away. Thank the lying liberals and Democrat news media," a Facebook user declared. Walden responded to ballots casted for Biden needed to have dire consequences.
For all our women were making style, your mother.
All right, focusing our attention in St. Vincent. The ULP retained its 8th parliamentary seat and picked up 1 additional seat in North Leeward. We did this for Shandy.
Thank you.
The United Labour Party of the Prime Minister Rav Gonzalez has been elected to govern St. Vincent and the Grenadines for the 5th term. Grenadines, yes. Why I say Grenadians?
I don't know.
So wait, that drink grenadine came from there? The little red thing in the bottle? No?
Possibly.
All right. The party won 9 of the 15 preliminary seats, picking up North Leeward's seat, which has been held by the New Democratic Party. While retaining its 8 previous seats, today the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines embraced the politics of lifting St. Vincent and the Grenadines higher. They embraced our progressive agenda for future by returning us to government, said Prime Minister Ralph Gonzalez. He also quoted us saying, "I'm humbled and honored that the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines embraced our bold vision for the future and rejected the politics of hate, backwardness, colonialism." He also noted. The leader of the ULP also said, "We ask Vincentians to celebrate this victory in peace and maturity. Now is the time to come together as a nation, address our developmental changes, move forward, and uplift our nation." Like it's the people. Yeah. I don't know who.
On the same path.
I don't know who write that. And that's your news for this morning. Good morning, guys. Trouble in the morning.
It's just the girl, bring your body over here. Wind up like you know me. Yeah. Girl, bring your body over here. No matter with the long talk, girl, show me. Act like you want top, girl, sit down one right. Sit down one right, sit down one right. Bounce it on the spot, girl, sit down one right. Sit down one right, sit down one right. Every girl come back out on it. Free up yourself, take out your stress out on it. Dip,
why not?
Dip on the tip, dip on the tip. Back out on it. Free up yourself, take out your stress out on it. Dip on the tip, dip on the tip. Wine like the body belong to you. Grind like the body belong to you. Me money long, show me what you can do. Show me what you can do. If you know your body nicey. Grip me firm and tighty. Show me the freaky things when me like. Girl, lock your body like you dip on the bike. Act like you want top, girl, sit down one right. Sit down one right. Bounce it on the spot, girl, sit down one right. Sit down one right. Sit down one right. Every girl come back out on it. Free up yourself, take out your stress out on it. Dip on the tip.
You don't work with a charger.
Dip on the tip. Back out on it. Free up yourself, take out your stress out on it. Dip on the tip. Dip on the tip. Wine like the body belong to you. Grind like the body belong to you. Me money long, show me what you can do. Show me what you can do. Girl, bring your body over here. Wine up like you know me. Yeah. Girl, bring your body over here. No matter with the long talk, girl, show me. Every girl come back out on it. Free up yourself, take out your stress out on it. Dip on the tip. Dip on the tip.
Oh yeah, move back. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Free up yourself, take out your stress out on it. Dip on the tip. Dip on the tip. Act like you want top, girl, sit down one right. Sit down one right. Sit down one right. Bounce it on the spot, girl, sit down one right. Sit down one right. Sit down one right. Act like you want top, girl, sit down one right. Sit down one right. Sit down one right. Bounce it on the spot, girl, sit down one right. Sit down one right. Sit down one right. Girl, bring your body over here. Wind up like you know me. Yeah. Girl, bring your body over here. No bother with the long talk, girl, show me.
Hey. This is your girl Nyla Blackman, and you're tuned into Trouble in the Morning.
All right, good morning, guys. Good morning to you and yours. Good morning to my distinguished panel who looks so lovely today, with the exception of one. Good morning, Nikki. How are you?
Wait! So I'm the exception?
No, with the exception of one. I'm talking about Akil.
The English language.
Yeah, I know, right? Sometimes it's not really the English language, and sometimes it's just listening a little deeper. How are you this morning? Good morning.
I'm doing fine,
How are you, Shandy?
I'm great.
Always looking lovely. Good morning.
Thank you.
And so is Gigi. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you? All right. So, I want to do a devil's advocate topic, right? And it's not usually one what I would go with, but I saw this online yesterday and I needed to talk about it, right? Since there's women in the room right now. If Akil was here, I would have changed it and did something else, right? But hear this, right? A young lady was quoted as saying, "Yesterday I went out for lunch with my friend and her boyfriend. Upon arrival, I hugged my friend and then I hugged her boyfriend. So she sent me this text. And the text goes like this. Said, hey, Sego, don't take this in a bad way, but I didn't appreciate you hugging my boyfriend. I think that's crossing boundaries. We should always respect one another, and that means touching each other's partners as little as possible and not following them on social media. Right? Now, she said, if he wasn't my boyfriend, you guys wouldn't know each other, so let's keep the same vibe. All right, so the next time you see him, a handshake will do. I hope things don't get awkward. I just wanted us to get that out of the way. How's your day going anyway? All right, so her friend responded and said, I'm really sorry. It was so innocent, I didn't even think much of it. I just greet people like that. I wasn't even aware that you would be uncomfortable. All right, and then the rest was. So she said, firstly, I am different. If you prefer to hug people, I don't prefer it. Right now, so I'm going to play devil's advocate for a second here. Why? Mm-hmm. And I'm going to tell you why. Mm-hmm. Because I remember when we started Trouble in the Morning, right? DJ Scully and DJ X-Rated, Mindy came on the live, and immediately they went and requested her because, they found that, oh, she's my girlfriend, we'd be cool or whatever. So I was telling her, I'm like, listen, anytime any one of my friends request you on Facebook or any kind of social media, when you see them, handshakes, they are not your friends. So don't even go down that road, right? Now, their wives and girlfriends have requested me on Facebook. I decline it immediately, right? So, based on what I said, I'm inclined to say, let's say that I'm leaning towards this young lady's statement and how she handled the situation with her friend. Now, I want to pose one question first. Do you guys think she is wrong in this instance at all?
I don't think she's wrong because she sounds like an authoritative person who maybe because she knows how her friend is. So if her friend is the type of person
that is the same thing I said yesterday.
Yeah, that's flirtatious, then she'll pull her up one time,
That is the same thing I said yesterday. And then it posed the response where someone gave me said, suppose she knows her boyfriend rather than the friend.
Then why stay with her boyfriend? Why would you pull up her boyfriend instead of the friend?
Why would you talk to your friend? It's all about the dynamics of the situation.
No, but you always, most cases as women, you tend to always attack the friend or the female as opposed to the man. The man, you're just like, la, 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 you let him go, get away what he has to do. But the female, you're quick to attack and strangle. And if you check most videos, when the man is found cheating, what does the woman always do? She attacks the woman.
Most times I would go towards him because he's the one that's going towards them. He's the type of person that's flirtatious. So I don't go towards the woman because he's the one encouraging it. But unless she's the flirtatious one, if I know my friends are flirtatious, then I'm going towards you. But if I know he's the type of person that's like that, I always say it's the man first. So I'll go towards him and tell him, listen, I don't appreciate you flirting with my friends and stuff, and have that communication.
But it wasn't flirting, it was just a hug upon greeting.
I mean, what she saw, like,
no, but here's the thing too, right? Think about the second text that was sent. So she sent a text. I thought that the friend's response was actually very chill, right? That wouldn't, to me, when you started saying the secondary response of the first friend that initiated this conversation, that's what made me think you must know your friend or something, because everything that the friend said sounded right. So why are you still going that hard? I would have been like, okay, thank you for understanding where I'm coming from, appreciate it.
But the thing is, the friend went as far to say, listen, I feel comfortable doing this.
No, but
so
the
she
friend...
kind of pull up, she sucks now.
I don't think so. I think if you listen to what the friend said, that's how I typically greet somebody. They didn't say, oh, that's how I usually greet people, so I'm going to keep doing it. Like, it's like if I say, I'm a hugger. So my bad that you took it personally. I hug everybody. Yeah. And then, but like, sure, I understand what you're saying, no problem. The fact that she overemphasized again, oh, well, that's how you think. And it's like, that's not how I would talk to my friend. Yes, of course, I have no problem saying whatever I have to say, whether it's about my man.
But me being devil's advocate, I am on her side. I'm thinking she's right, for the way in which she handled the situation. I think she handled the situation in the best possible form.
And if she wanted to get her point across, she wouldn't let someone go by letting them say, this is how I do it. Even though that's the way you say it, you have to respect my boundaries as well. Yeah. But if you're friends, it doesn't matter how your friends speak. Like if I know Shandy, I'm like, oh God, that's how Shandy is.
I'm
just gonna
depends,
she just wants to make sure that I don't hug up on her boyfriend. Okay, cool.
Now the second question that I have to ask now is, would you go as far as to tell your friends that, or you just don't care?
If it's
uncomfortable, you tell them.
But I will tell him first.
But listen, you have some friends.
I would tell him first.
I would make him aware of my friends first.
My dude,
it's him and I who have the communication.
I don't want to see that again. I don't know what he was thinking. I don't know he was imagining. I can tell she the same thing, but just so you know. Because ultimately, it's not about just she. Your friend is gonna always do whatever. Mostly, I mean, I don't roll with chicks like that in general, so I don't have that problem. But how are you not gonna tell that man? The first person I'm gonna tell something immediately, I might even remove y'all together if I felt away.
No, I wouldn't tell the guy. I wouldn't give the guy a heads up, because especially depending on if this is not a new relationship and you're feeling out the gentleman and you're not sure about his sexual appetite and you know this is a freaky friend you have here, I would not give him the green light. I wouldn't even tell him anything. I would approach my friend and be like, look, don't touch him, don't smile at him, don't look at him, don't even smell him. This is mine.
You tell me that.
I would know. You know me, Nikki. When we're eating lunch or something, I'll be like, well, Nikki, so how you feel about him? Look, that's mine.
Yeah, we've done that.
Yeah.
We have done that. It's like, okay, this is the one. All right.
But all right.
But it really does depend on the relationship that you have with the guy, because if there's something new, I usually feel out the person. I let you be who you want to be. I do that with friends and I do that with boyfriends. It's like, let me see how you are and stuff, non-judgmental.
What boundaries you gonna set?
Just be you. And then eventually, like, let's say if I'm dating him for a long time, be like, okay, this is a friend of mine who likes to flirt. Don't take her on too much. You know, she likes to flirt and stuff. And then take it from there, you know? So it depends.
But what about the part where she said that if the friend didn't know her, the friend would never know the boyfriend. So based off of that, she just asking for that respect in that sense to say, well, listen, hands off. If this is how I feel,
it makes sense, because you don't feel like, and this doesn't always happen, but I feel like there's definitely situations where me and Sugars get cool. We working together for a couple years, whatever. Maybe we start living together. We, even we having a Friendsgiving or whatever the case. I might meet your significant other, or and maybe we just genuinely wind up through that time become cool. There's other people that are just weird, and I feel like you can tell those differences. There's time where people just all of a sudden you're itching up on all my friends. Your friend requesting all my things. Like, you don't know those people. When you had a conversation with, you know what I mean? Like, and there's some people, they're just doing it whether it's for networking or something like that. Some people are flirty and don't know their boundaries. But I feel like there are times where organically, naturally, people get to know each other and people become friendly, people whatever. But again, it's a case-by-case situation. You're going to know when that is.
Yeah, I agree. For me personally, for my significant other, if his friends are not in the same circle as my friends, I have no need to intertwine with them. One or two, I'll be like, hey, what's up? I might add them on social media because it's social media. Well, for me, I'm a media person, so it doesn't matter. But if it's like, I have different circles, different tiers within my social media anyway. I have acquaintances and then I have friends. So most people who I add them in the acquaintance section. So when I have personal stuff, only my friends can see that. So if you're not within the friend zone, then I consider you just an acquaintance and I'll be very cordial to you, but I'm not going to go past certain levels of conversation because, number one, I wouldn't want anybody to feel uncomfortable with your significant other because women tend to get catty sometimes. And like I said, most cases they jump to the woman as opposed to the man. And I don't like being in the middle of relationship issues. Dramas, so I try to keep it at bay. Like, you know what? That's your friends, babe? Cool. I'm going to add them here, but I'm not trying to hold conversations. Like, my child's father, same sign as you. He knows the signs. Same sign as you. And he used to do the same thing. He used to pull me up immediately when it comes to his friends. Like, yo, you see this one? Don't talk to this one. Don't touch this one. I don't want you around this one. You see these people? Don't smoke around them. Don't drink around. Don't smoke. But, he would just give the parameters as to what he wants. I'm the kind of person, like Nikki said, I'll just let you play the field. You're a human being. do what you want to do. But, you know, if you are a person who don't know your boundaries, that's where we have a problem. And it's not your friend you address, it's your significant other you address. And if you notice your significant other doesn't know how to keep calm, or then you have a problem with your relationship. And then that's when you have to decide, you know, am I staying or am I leaving? Addressing your friend is cool and dandy depending on how deep the relationship is. That's how I feel.
Now, I want to take it one step further. As far as you living in a house with someone and their friends come over, as a woman, do you get up and go in the room, or do you stay there?
I stay there. I put on proper clothes.
Yeah,
if I'm pum-pum shorts with my man or panty, of course I'm gonna put on, you know, a dress or something. I'll probably try to look as tanty-ish as possible because, no, seriously, because when you're too sexy, then your man start looking like, yo, what you dressing so for? You trying to impress? You know, you get them kind of conversations going. So you just try to dress as tanty-ish as possible. I'm a very hospitable person. I get in trouble for that all the time. Of course, I serve my man first, friends after.
Yeah, but you end up making snacks.
You can't help but me being hospitable.
Right, I feel if you're going out and you're making a little snacks and you're dropping it off here and there, you can just come and drop it off, but don't come in the mix and try to mingle.
No, I wouldn't go in the mix. Go in the bedroom. Yeah.
Because
I'm usually in the kitchen.
If your friends come over, I go on.
Yeah,
to be honest with you,
that's true. Yeah,
your friends come. I go on because me mixing up in that and me going through all a whole long talk with all them. My girlfriend told me the other day, she's like, she went to a party, right? And she came down here. So I was upset that she was going to the party. I was like, how long you know about this party? Why you didn't invite me to this party? Oh, every time I invite you around my friends, you don't show up. She has a point. Mainly because her friends are not my friends. And if it's not like a mutual thing where my friends are there as well, I don't want to go there and feel awkward.
No, but you should be there to support her.
Why?
But that's also why sometimes, for example, if me and Shandy are close friends and you and me are together and we're going to be together, eventually you got to be somewhat friends. Not friends with Shandy, but we have to all be able to go out together. And if you never allow any bit of that friendship in, you will always feel uncomfortable when her friends are around, and vice versa, and y'all will never be able, when you take it to the next level.
If you don't hang out with her friends, they start to label you like, I don't like him, he's antisocial, he stink, I don't want to be around, I don't know why you with him.
That's
get that conversation going.
I want to plug in one more thing too. I think
Did he say these are old-fashioned ideas?
I think as a female too, though, there's a lot of reasons why people don't like this, and it's a lot of times it's a good reason. Like me as a female, especially that I'm more of a guy's girl and I typically would chill with males more than females. Let me tell you something. When you cool and you hold up meds and you do whatever, you could wind up converting a lot of your so-called significant other friends. You get all the tea. Men love to chat.
Of course.
Next thing you know, you find out the side piece.
On that note, my girl on the line don't get she no idea. On that note, moral of this story is your friends aren't my friends and my friends aren't your friends. So don't make it your business to make my friends your friends. Simple as that.
Maybe cordial, you know.
I love it.
Acquaintances.
Or else you go hear this.
For all our women style, your mother country, the whole of Venezuela down there. Oh my God.
Hey, we take a break. When we come back, guys, we talk to Ray. We'll be right back.
G6 Production.
Usaf sampa na makayad la Lucia Mada Wada
Young Boss Entertainment.
Page one day, no one day now. First I fire one drop. Epic a cup. Then fire tiki talk. Who got the free come back baba shop now? From first I fire one drop. Epic a cup. Then fire tiki talk. Who got the free come back baba shop? From belle nègres bien taillé. Ou gade belle femme qu'on en plat mahé. Tout manière moins gade. Ou na imaye. Kwe tout had moins être chaillé. Ou ni un style qui original. Fais ça pété pap qu'on balle. Ou nan chalet qu'on dit fait un chal. Moins aimo la qu'on rasta man aime aital femme. Fais ça fait ya one drop. Et puis kakop. Then fais tiki tok. Ou gade fouye qu'on mak baba shop now. Femme. Fais ça fait ya one drop. Et puis kakop. Then fais tiki tok. ou gade fouye kon mak baba shop. Femme, fais ça bonne, descend twene, fais ça rouler kon ballon en l'été ouais, fouette kon se ouais, femme ka oui mais, ma pour trop loin, yo ka fait ça mouter, haut kon piene, doudou moi aimé, l'eau fait plimer, et ka fait moins mouter kon la fime, ou qui n'était et se gwen na ici mais péton et oui mais, fais ça fait ya one drop, et puis ka cop, then fait tiki-tok, ou gade fouye kon mak baba shop now, femme, fais ça fait ya one drop. Et puis kakop, then fait tiki-tok. Ou gade fouye kon mak baba shop. Boom, fam.
Les mwen matin na fait ça table ou même kay body. Fouye budget na vwe non my fime. Les mwen oui yolo formula session nou ka kwaze. Les mwen besi ou savi pa blague. Sali ou sav mwen bad. Na deshi we yo. Want your hard. Come let me bring you to my whining lab. Ampa.
Fais ça fait ya one drop. Et puis kakop. Then fait tiki-tok. Ou gade fouye kon mak baba shop now. Fam, fais ça fait ya one drop. Et puis kakop. Then fait tiki-tok. Ou gade fouye kon mak baba shop. Fam, fais ça fait ya one drop. Et puis kakop. Then fait tiki-tok. Ou gade fouye kon mak baba shop now. Fam, fais ça fait ya one drop. Et puis kakop. Then fait tiki-tok. Ou gade fouye kon mak baba shop. Fam.
Good morning to you and yours. Good morning. Trouble in the morning with the entire team is here. Akil just walked in. Yeah, you up and running, ready to go. Good morning to you guys. All right, quickly, we didn't shout out anybody in the chat room at all. Good morning to Didi. Good morning to Khalid. Good morning to Mindy. Good morning, Makiba, Osama, the whole team that was commenting and showing us some love. Good morning to you. We have with us this morning a young lady hailing from TNT. She now resides in Queens. And when y'all say Queens and y'all said Ray, I was thinking more along the lines of there was another young lady we ain't gonna mention. You know what I'm talking about.
Who you're talking about.
Good morning,
yeah.
Ray. Can you hear us? All right, I think just give me the line here. Yeah, good morning. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, yes, she inside. Morning. How are you?
Morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Oh, yeah, come on the screen just now there and come on the screen just now there and all the fellas in the room just get excited. Like, look, everybody in the room excited. How are you? Good morning.
I am well. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. You can't sip with us. Is that your brand of that you're promoting or?
No, it's just a hat that I like because it's something I might say.
Oh Jesus Christ.
But it's not a brand. It's just I like the phrase.
I hear you. Good morning to you. Good morning. So, all right. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Where you hailing from? How you got into this music business, and where do you see yourself going in, like probably the next 5 years?
Okay. So I was born in Trinidad, South Trinidad specifically.
Oh, South Trinidad is sweetest woman in Akil. We was talking about that the other day, you know.
Yes, I now reside in the States. And I've been doing music since I was small. I mean, before I explored it professionally. In school, I was always in the choruses. When I went to high school, I actually majored in music. But we more focused on like classical music, music theory, those kind of, that field of music. I always wanted to do it, but I always made excuses. Like every day it was like, oh, no, it's not a good time, or no, I had to go to college, or no, I had to do this, or it's always something that came in the way as to why I wouldn't pursue it. And I think it was really just fear of being rejected or not being good enough. And then one day I literally woke up and I was like, enough is enough. Like, this is what I want to do. Like, it's not going away. Every day, every night, every morning is the same thing on my mind. And I reached out to my cousin who is friends with Daryl Gervais, who is my manager and also a songwriter. And it literally just took off from there. And that happened a little over a year ago now.
Wow.
When I spoke to him, I never spoke to him with the intent to say, oh, well, you know, take me here or put me on or anything like that. I just knew that he was in the industry and he could maybe point me in the direction as to where I should start, who I should network with, and any tips and any advice that he could give me, you know, we'd go from there. But the conversation just flowed so naturally that it resulted in like, well, here what, I need to hear you sing. And I sang for him on the song on the phone. And he was like, nah, you have it, but can you sing soca? Because what I sang for him was Alicia Keys' Falling. And I was like, yeah, I think so. I mean, as I'm a Trini.
She said, yeah, I think so. It's a Trini.
But I sang it for him, and he was like, all right, yeah, we have something there. And we literally just started from there, and slowly in networking and slowly in building the relationship, he just fell into the position of manager. Like, it was never something planned. It was never something discussed. It really just kind of meshed and happened, and we just been riding the wave.
Nice. So you say professionally, this is like the first year.
Yeah. I mean, I've done it before. When I was in Queens, I was in Murder Inc. Studios and things like that. But nothing ever materialized from it. So yes, I would consider this the first real professional start.
So how was it like in terms of the ups and downs? I know the corona kind of dampened the ability to go out and really do that kind of stuff. How was it though? The experience?
I came from having a really good season because I was in Trinidad from literally January 3rd to the end of the carnival season, and it was an amazing season for me. I had a lot of performances, a lot of radio interviews, just a lot of groundwork got done, and it was really great. And when I came back, I had another performance. Cannot remember the name of it to save my life right now, but it was in the city, and it was like a Thursday night. I had a performance, and after that night, everything kind of just went haywire. Like, the coronavirus pandemic really picked up, and everything started shutting down. Schools was closing, and that was like kind of stopped dead in my tracks. We had a lot of things planned. Orlando Carnival, New Orleans, like a lot of things that we had gearing up to happen, that slowly each thing just kind of tapered off because it was canceled and then canceled and then canceled. And it was tough. It was tough in the beginning, but I have to say that I'm grateful for the time though, because it gave me an opportunity to kind of sit back and decide, okay, Ray, well, how do you want to proceed? How do you want to go forward as an artist? How involved do you want to be in certain aspects of everything? And I think if I was just going, I may have eventually reached this point anyway, but I don't think I would have sat down and come to that conclusion the way that I did, because I was forced to kind of sit back and think for a little while.
Definitely. I know Nikki had a question for you as well.
Yeah. Hi Ray, this is Nikki G, the voice. I'm from South as well. I'm from Vista Bella, so I'm not sure if you're familiar with Vista Bella, so just hitting up the Southland people. I heard that you were there for Carnival, so I wanted to know what was your experience besides going into the studios and working on your music, because I'm sure you worked on that. You kind of give my Nyla vibes. So I wanted to know. I know Nyla's trying to
I know Akil love Nyla. Akil on her.
I literally get it all the time.
You give me that Nyla vibe. So I want to know who. This is my second part question. Who is your favorite artist? Have they given you any type of formula for what you do right now? Any songs that they like and so forth?
Okay. I don't know where to start.
Carnival. Start with Carnival first.
As far as my experience, I actually stayed in town for the entire time.
I from Arima, but you know, Tom Juve just bad now. Oh God, spare me now. Yeah.
No, I was in it. I stayed in St. James, so it definitely was a different experience for me for a lot of reasons. For one, I was no longer part of Carnival as a feta, so that was a different experience.
Different. Yeah.
Then on top of that, I'm accustomed to, yes, if I'm in Trinidad, we might make our way to town, but for the most part, I would be in South, and that in itself also was a separate experience. You view it a little bit differently. Now, I love to fet, so it was a little hard for me, like, in terms of performing, and then after you perform, like, I'm ready to like go in the crowd and I'm ready to have a good time and
manager say nah.
Scenarios. Yeah, not that he's saying nah, but it's almost like this idea of, okay, you could have fun, but you know, you could enjoy yourself, but like,
yeah.
I know I'm ready to like wind wind down the place, 12 ways.
So you remember when you stage now performing and all, so yeah, that's an example now, so you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Tongue us out. Which one better?
Oh God, don't do that. No matter what, I love South. You know, it's all I knew until really doing it this way.
And then you went in tongue and that was it. Yeah. Yeah.
You can't move as freely. You can't move as freely in South, and to me, there's not as much to do in South as there is in. It's just more. It's more vibe. It's more like people going. Some people, I love all this. Please, nobody. But nah, it was really different for me.
Yeah, some South people in the chat right here too as well.
Yeah, and then what's worse too is that now if you don't have your own vehicle, then it's like if you're traveling from South to town and then wherever you finish now is to catch back yourself. It's just too much. So I just position myself in a way where moving about would be easier, and that was the main reason for staying in town, and it just ended up being a vibe.
Okay.
But yeah, so so the experience was different because I'm accustomed to going to carnival and experiencing it as a feta versus now experiencing it as an artist. And it's like moments where I want to go out and I want to have fun, but in the morning I have a radio interview, or in the morning there's this. So now I had to kind of pick and choose what feta I want to go to as just the feta versus the night I have to perform, or so on and so forth. What was the second part of the question?
Who's your favorite artist? What have you taken away from them as far as professionalism and music to guide you in your
It's hard to choose a favorite because I really do.
Jesse Marshall and Donna. Jesse.
It's hard to choose a favorite because I feel like they're all talented and each person maybe bringing something different. But if I had to pick, my top two right now would probably be between Kes and Patrice.
I know she was going to say the Red Man, I know she was going to say the Red Man. I know it. Red Man, he winning long time he winning. Yeah, man. President of the Red Man Committee.
Oh, boy.
I the reason for me, for Patrice, is because she's very beautiful, but I find like the way she carries herself is very classy and professional. Besides for that, she has such a range to her vocally that for me, coming from a background of doing music, studying music, sometimes with soca you don't always get the opportunity based on the song to really sing.
Yeah.
You know? And Patrice probably was one of, like, I remember I was in a fete, we don't call it fete, I guess. I was in a party here. And she was performing, and I front of the stage and listen to her perform, and that was like one of the first times I was like, yo, she could sing. Like,
sing, yeah.
She could actually sing, yeah. Right. And it kind of changed my mentality a little bit about, exploring soca, because I used to feel like, okay, well, if I did it, I would have fun, but would I get to sing,
Yeah.
And that opened it up for me, and I definitely look up to her. I definitely think she's an amazing artist, well-rounded overall, image-wise, how she carries herself, again, vocally. That woman has range. Like, before I started this, I was doing covers, soca covers on my Instagram, and no matter which week I had to select a song, I would literally be like, you know what, let me just stay away from Patrice, because the range that she has, I'm like, I don't want to go on Instagram now making a fool of myself trying to do Patrice range and then setting myself up. And same thing with Kes. I think Kes as a singer, like, I think he's so talented. Like, I think he has raw talent, and he also, to me, brings something different. Like, he changes the vibe of soca. Like, he could just, go across with it, and that's something that I also think is amazing.
The abilities Red Man have. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And he has a huge stage presence as well.
Yeah. And yes, and the stage presence. Yes, he could put on a show. Like, this man will be dripping in sweat and still giving you, like, the best show of your life.
I know Shandy had a question for you as well.
I wanted to ask you a quick question. Hi, love. I've been following you before you even came here to to the show. And I just want to say, you know, when I saw you perform on the stages in Trinidad, I was very, very hyped. Unless I was seeing things. I know on Instagram, I saw a couple of clips here and there. And I just want to say, you know, applause to you. I think for me, it was an eye-opener. I thought you were going up into a different tier. I figured maybe after this carnival season, you know, if Corona didn't hit, you probably would have gone a step further and, you know, people would have known your names, you know. I just, maybe some words of encouragement. I don't want you to lose that momentum. I want you to continue going forward with it. You know, you have great talent. I would love to hear a cappella before we exit out of the interview. You know, just so people, because when people see your face, of course, like we all said in here, you look like Nyla. So automatically we have ding, 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 ding.
I honestly don't find she look like Nyla. I don't.
No, just the vibe. Just the
yeah. So I wouldn't mind a cappella before you bounce out.
Before she bounces out. But Ray, tell us a little bit about the new track. Distraction, yes.
Yes. Well, first I want to tell Shandy, thank you so much. I'm not gonna lose the momentum. I think I did for a quick minute when everything first happened. It was a little bit of a setback, and then I had to tell myself, because either way, I feel like I have to work harder. One, because I'm a new artist, and two, because I'm a Trini abroad. So automatically it's gonna be like, okay, well, yeah, she's Trini, but she's not living here, you know. So and that's fine. I have no problem proving to people, working for what I have to work for. Like I don't expect or want any handouts. I just know for myself personally, I know it may be a little different journey from, let me say, an artist developing out of Trinidad or whatever the case may be. And that was again an eye opener for me as well, because I told myself, like, listen, if you want this, regardless, music had to happen. You know, you had to put out stuff. Stuff has to keep going. Like, yes, it sucks because I don't get to do the groundwork, but I am using every platform available to try and do as much, I guess, groundwork that we would consider now.
Via social media.
So yeah, definitely not losing momentum at all. It's just, to me, it's up. Just keep giving you guys more and better each time, and at least hope that you guys enjoy it. As far as the news track Distraction, I love it. I call it the Caribbean Cater to You.
Papa, you like, no, I ain't listening to song.
What?
I wanted to be surprised this morning. Trouble in the Morning, we are talking to Ray out of TNT. She has a brand new song. It's called Distraction. We're going to get into it right now, and then we're going to come back and talk to Ray a little bit more.
That's problem.
Boy, it's Ray. What you say? It's come out to jump. I cute in the face and I rude in my ways. Plus I full of attitude. Yeah. Time I reach in the place. Give me room, give me space. Cause right now I'm feeling good.
gang is here. The team is here. We are speaking to Ray, and that was one of tunes. It's called Problems. I love this one. I can see all the hearts and everything going up in the chat room. I know they're loving this one as well. Tell us a little bit about this one, Ray, and then we get into distractions after.
Yeah. So Problems was kind of like the last release for the last season.
Mm-hmm.
We weren't planning on releasing any other songs. We did the Totin Rhythm with Moto, and it was kind of like, okay, we're gonna let that rock for the season. But then Shotmaster J came to me with the beat for Problems, and he was like, listen, you know, I could hear you on this. And I sent it to Daryl, and we vibed the beat, and he was like, yeah, you know, like that sound like, okay, because it's shot, like let's do it. Let's add one more to the mix. And with Daryl getting to know me and the person that I am, he wrote Problems, and it is like a direct reflection of myself. He could not have hit the nail any harder on the head, because that song is just literally me. It's one, how I am. It tells you a little bit about my attitude, I guess, in general, about, you know, a cute in the face, rude in the waist, and a full of attitude. I'm a little feisty.
All true.
So you think that?
But on top of it is just, one of the things for me is that sometimes you go a fete and you're not necessarily there because you need to whine on a man. You have to whine on a man. No disrespect to the men. I understand that all they're there to, you know, look for some bumpers to whine on and so forth. However, sometimes you're just on the road and you're ready to free up and enjoy yourself, whether it's with your home girls, whatever. Yeah. And this song kind of like, it expressed that. It was the freedom of just being able to feel yourself as a woman, like be on the road, feel yourself, you pelt your waist, just have fun, like don't bother me. I'm on the road alone. Let me do my thing, and you know.
Let me do my thing. Gigi, you had a question for us, well, right?
Yeah, I wanted to ask you, like, how would you describe your music style, and like, how would you, like, maybe who are some other artists that you would compare yourself to, or who that have influenced in music?
As far as my music style, I feel like very versatile, and that's my goal, to be honest, is to be versatile. I don't want to keep giving one type of song for people to get used to me in one dynamic and box me into that dynamic, so that when now I come and I give you something like Distraction, which is very different from Problems, very different from Work It, I don't want people to be like, you know, who Ray feels she is, like where she comes from, you know, like where she comes from with this song. And as far as the other artists, I give respect where respect is due. However, I don't try or think of any artist when I'm trying to make my music. I'm not looking to them to say, okay, well, give me a Nyla vibe, but give me a Patrice song. You know what I'm saying? I'm my own person, and again, I give respect where respect is due. But my goal is to give you me. Maybe that may sometimes give people an idea of somebody else. Maybe my tone might sound like someone else, but because I'm not new to singing, I haven't like now developed like, oh, I want to have this sound. This has always been my tune. This has always been my sound. It's just now being applied differently to soca and let me say Afrobeats, which is more of what Distraction is, and that's cool.
I'm curious to hear Distraction. Let's play a snippet of this Distraction, because I want to hear the style here.
Okay.
All right, love. This is Shandy here again.
Yeah.
So, you know, we love the track. We were just here conversing about that. So now we want to get a little a cappella, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Akil say you could talk to him.
You're nervous now.
I'll just continue it because we're on distraction.
Yeah.
Eyes on me. Keep your eyes on me. Boy, keep your eyes on me.
Whole day.
Let me get you. A real woman, she know all he needs a she man. Time for your space, time for action. Time for good love and affection. Listen me now, you fi pay attention. When him work hard all day, you fi relax him. And you him watch for the main attraction. Real woman, real bad girl, and I could be your, let me be your distraction.
And he did
your
it.
distraction. Boy, you can focus on me. Focus on me. Your distraction. Your distraction. Boy, you can focus on me. Focus on me. Oh, yeah.
What? Ting, my round of applause, right. Oh, quick question before I get into your big ups and your shouts. Who writes for you? Writes for yourself, or you have a writer?
So my manager, which is also a big songwriter out of Trinidad, is Daryl Gervais.
Okay.
The goal going forward is to try and be involved as possible with the writing process, whether that be give the concepts, give the sentiments of what I want to be said in the song. I wish I could take the credit for Distraction with that one. I had absolutely nothing to do with the writing of Distraction. Daryl did that one all on his own. But we do it whenever we can. So sometimes he will get something, and because of the speedy need for it to be done, he may just hear it. Once I agree that I like the rhythm or the beat, he might just go and do his thing depending on what has to happen with that particular project. Other ones that we might wait on, it might be like, okay, Ray, what are you hearing on this beat? Like, what are you seeing? And I will give the concept that I want on the beat, and then he'll come back and say, well, tell me like why, like, or what happened that you chose this. And if I don't give you the actual lyrics, then it'll be that he will base it off on my actual situations to come across the lyrics that he may find. So that's the goal going forward, to be as involved with the process as possible, whether that be actually giving the words or making sure that it is an actual reflection of my life and the things that are happening.
Big up. So just give us your social media and any way we can find you wherever your music is being sold before we leave.
Anything. I have a question for you. Relationship status, you're single?
Oh, God. I'm not single.
Oh, God.
Yeah, the fans wanted to know. The fans wanted to know.
I am not single, and you have been the first person in any interview whatsoever to just straight up ask.
Let me get you next straight up question. You there's horn?
Oh, Lord.
You there's horn?
If I does what?
Horn.
Yeah, I don't want.
Hey, Ray, give us your social media where we can find you.
I might cause some problems, but I don't want.
Problems is the way of life. Problems is the way of life.
Oh, gosh. Give us your social media and where all your music is located, where we can find you, and they want to look you up.
Yes, so you guys could find me at itsray.official, and I spell Ray with an E, and anything you type in will pop up. I think my Twitter, my TikTok, my Instagram, Facebook, everything is itsray.official. And as far as the music, it streams on all platforms, all my songs. It streams on Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, TikTok, Instagram, Audio Mac. I can't even think about all of them, but on all platforms. So all
Ray
the songs
Official.
Streaming on all platforms. Distraction is the latest release, but you could also find Work It 22 in Rhythm, Say Something, and Problems as well.
Ray, we want to thank you very much for coming through to Trouble in the Morning and gracing us with your beauty. Great vocals. Great vocals, by the way. I know Nikki G wanted to shout out somebody.
DJ Star One, that's Uber, says thank you so much for the huge drop that you sent. And Stephanie says good work on Distraction, very versatile, and it has a R&B flavor.
Thank you very much, Ray.
Thank you so much, guys.
Have yourself a great day.
As well. You too.
All right. Take care.
You stay cute.
All right. Shandy, when we come back, we talking Watch Trouble. What we talking about when we come back?
We talking about politics.
Ah, boy. Trouble in the morning. We'll be right back. And it's we coming back with Watch Trouble. Let's listen to Distractions one more time.
You're tuned into Trouble.
Hey, good morning to everyone that's locked in. Roxanne, you reached just in time in the craziness about to start. We want to thank Ray for coming through and actually blessing us with her amazing voice, and also Mindy. Let me see if Mindy on the live there.
She did.
All right, look, I ain't gonna say that. All right, guys, it is now time for this.
Get in the conversation. It's time for Watch Trouble. Watch Trouble.
Hello, everyone. This is Shandy, sweet and fluffy like pink.
How she just put on she voice. My
thing
but that's just how we are when we're on the radio.
My thing don't get hard already.
Oh my God!
This is Nikki G, the voice of Voices Soft and Noise, the people's choice.
I just try the whole scene. I start from the top.
Wow.
This is Shandy, sweet and fluffy like pink cotton candy, and I'm here with my co-host.
This is Nikki G, the voice of Voices Soft and Noise, the people's choice.
And we are Watch Trouble.
Well, boy.
So, guys, we just want to say good evening, good day, good afternoon to everybody who's tuned in, and good morning, of course.
Good morning.
We had the election of a lifetime, another historical moment within the United States of America. So the topic today, because we don't get to discuss, if anyone follows us, we don't ever get to discuss politics.
Yeah.
That's something that's just a no-no.
Yeah.
So we're so happy and thrilled to have this opportunity to discuss the politics today. We just want to know, everyone had pent-up anger. Everyone had pent-up hype. So yesterday I was driving. Nikki could share her story. Yesterday I was driving, and while I was driving, I got stuck in traffic for 2 hours. It was like a fake ticker tape parade in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
The love that was received, it was just... I can't even, you guys can chime in, but it was phenomenal because I never experienced something like that in my lifetime. Well, even when Barack Obama was elected president, people were not going in the streets and just buying. It was my paws are raising. It was just, it was just an experience.
Yeah.
That of a lifetime. What, my boob? No. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Akil, you wanted to say something.
But the thing I think, what I want to ask is, was it love for Biden winning or love because Trump just get kicked out of the office?
I think it was overall.
I think it's everything overall.
overall.
Because honestly speaking, when the election was going on, like that Tuesday night, and I just saw red, like Trump was winning, I was like, how could these people vote for him another 4 years? Like, I couldn't deal with it because it just felt like, you're just being left in this cocoon and you were going to get sucked in. Mm. And I keep telling people, when you go to Europe, when I was in Europe, people in Europe just felt sorry. Like the moment they heard us say you're American, oh my God, we feel so sorry for you. That's your president. How are you? How's everyone over there? Like
so
they really feel sorry for us.
It was love because
they genuinely want to get him out. That's number one. And I think they have more favor because if you think about it, Trump took the United States out of the UN practically. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So as a result, we're not in the Paris Accord with the climate control and all that stuff. So people are really up in arms about that. If you think about it, the UN relies on US funding heavily. Mm. So now that we're pulled out, it's a lot of job cuts, a lot of program cuts and so forth. So a lot of people look forward to Biden, who's all for the environment. You ask Trump about the environment, he don't give a rod. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to curse. I don't know if we're allowed to curse. You know what I'm saying? So, I just wanted to pose a question to you guys. How do you guys feel now that the election is over?
Upset.
Yeah, because you're a Trump supporter.
No, I'm a Republican. That's this.
Okay, and that's the next question to come in. That is the next question to come in. Why is it that people select, they go voting based on their party and not really looking at what is going on in what the person has to offer. Mm. You know what? I don't know if anyone noticed this year with the elections, a lot of the candidates that were on the television, you couldn't tell if they were Republican or Democrat unless you did your research.
That's a
and
fact.
They specifically did that because they wanted people to learn about these opponents. Mm-hmm. So I applaud them. Nick, you could chime in. I don't want to,
I mean, the feeling, I was at home, talking to you guys, chatting and stuff like that. And the news was on my phone. It was on the television. And then when it came through, I think Gigi and you posted it. Mm-hmm. So on the television, I think I was doing something. I was kind of like distracted and stuff. And then I saw like in New York, like everybody was on the streets and, cheering and stuff like that. In Jersey, it was a little bit different because everybody's quarantined and nobody's really outside.
Yeah.
So Jersey is a different story. And then, in Washington, D.C., you saw everybody out there. Well, they were there before and waiting for them to talk and all that stuff. When they started speaking, I was on like 2 different Zoom meetings, so I missed that.
Me too.
So I had to like rewind it and listen to that and stuff. But from what I saw, I mean, it was a really emotional experience. Just from you sending your videos to Gigi saying what's going on. I mean, it's really emotional,
I'm going to post the videos up because there was one scene from me. I watched a woman playing a bagpipes, and I was just like in awe, like in the middle of not in the middle of the street, but she was playing God Bless America, and it was just like, oh, beautiful, yeah. And I was just like, I haven't heard this song in forever, since I was in elementary school, number one. Number two, it was just like the love received at that moment. It was just like, it reminded me of 9/11. I don't know if you guys were here for 9/11. No, if you were here for 9/11, like right after 9/11, everybody was American. Even if you were just coming off the plane, we're American, and everybody had an American flag, and that's what happened yesterday. Everybody was American yesterday.
I felt peer pressure into honking my horn yesterday. I'm driving and then everybody in the street, and this lady came up to my window with the fist in the air, and she's looking at me, and I'm like, oh my God, pee-pee. Scared. Yeah, I don't want no business with them Biden supporters.
What I really, really loved about it, I think ever since, I've never been a person to like wave my American flag and nothing like that. Unless I'm pulling out my passport, I don't rep this country, right? But I think there was always a sense of American pride that was not tied to the Confederate flag. That was not tied to white supremacy. There was a 4th of July vibes. There was a picnic with your family vibes and watch movies and fireworks vibes where it came to be associated with the American flag. And I think within the last 4 years where we've had a Trump presidency, the actual flag for me, it was like giving me anxiety. It was like anybody associated with that was these white supremacists, was these Trump supporters. And so yesterday, to see in my neighborhood, which I live in a very mixed, depending on which way I walk outside my building, I'm in two different neighborhoods, right? Because I'm a Blackwell Flatbush, and then on the other side I'm in Ditmas Park, right? To see all of these white folks who were waving their flag proudly. I'm talking, and not just white folks, people of all colors, people of all nationalities, but people were getting out of their cars. There was a photo of a man who had jumped on the top of his car and he was waving a massive American flag. And that picture for me of the American flag being used in the right way and people having pride that we had removed this man from office, to me was something special. And that was, to me, like really made my pores raise and made me feel like, thank God, because I think I had told you guys the other day, I was watching something on TV, some Trump rally, and they were chanting, USA, USA. The tone, listen to these, watch a video or listen to these people. The chants of USA yesterday sounded and felt so different than those chants that you hear at Trump rallies that make you feel like they don't want you in this country. And so for me, that turning point was like very profound.
So before we go further, I just want to say Sunny Love said it was more of Trump is gone more than Biden is in power.
Thank you very much. And that's what I just said. What it is. And that's what I just said.
And a lot of people, blood pressure finally came down yesterday after peaking for 4 years.
So it's just the love that Trump is gone.
Because
Hi, guys.
Listen, as
that's
people
what I
of
said.
color here,
Shout out
right?
to Dr. Phil. Yeah.
Don't you feel like when Obama was elected, and they spoke about this on CNN when I was watching, when Obama was elected, there was absolutely a sense of pride. There was absolutely a sense of, there was tears and things like that, but it was different. This was, I told you guys in the group, and I hope we have the clip that we could play.
With the CNN anchor, I would like that play
when
too.
When Van Jones, my TV was actually chipping. I was like, what is happening? And all of a sudden, I'm like, is somebody crying? And I turned around and I was like, in a way, I was so appreciative of that moment because after I text you guys in the group chat, I started to bawl. And I'm like, gee.
I find it as real ball.
I hear bawling at the president. Like, I've never in my life, okay? And I was like, what is wrong? But it was the sense of anxiety, the sense of fear, the sense of knowing that this person does not care about anybody in our community, does not care about us, does not represent us.
But you know, the funny thing is, people tend to believe that people of our persuasion believe that he's for our community, that he pumps money in. Like, I've read, I've researched, I've seen so much. And for me, it's just like, I could not bear another 4 years of the blatant racism. Yes, racism exists in the United States of America, but this man made it chic to be a racist. And I can't deal with that. Like, for me, it was just like, we have a couple more months left with this gentleman, and I'm kind of fearful. I'm kind of fearful because in this window of opportunity here, he can get his Proud Boys to do whatever he needs them to do, because they seem to be very violent people. He can get a whole bunch of other things done to just shake, rattle, and roll. I remember I watched a movie last year, and in the movie, God forbid this happens, in the movie, Trump actually let off a nuclear bomb in one of these countries and started World War III. So in these movies tend to turn into reality. So it's just like that. That's kind of scary, and it has me kind of on edge. Like, yes, we're all happy, and yes, it was a profound and beautiful day. But like he pointed out, he keeps saying that he's not leaving the White House, and he is the winner.
Well, I see the Secret Service say they're gonna escort them out. But I was saying, to see the crowd that was at Grand Army Plaza united in celebration, that was awesome yesterday.
That's where I was.
Oh, that's where I was stuck yesterday.
That's where I was stuck for 2 hours.
Make me reach work late.
Yeah, morning. Good morning, Molly. Good morning, Bertel. Good morning, Jason.
In front of the White House.
Yes.
And they were chanting, "You're
fired." Yeah. And I think that's and when you watch these commentaries about the election, all the Trump supporters, the world's gonna end, the United States is crashing. And I wrote one, I got so frustrated yesterday, I said, I don't know if you guys are not watching, check the television screens. In all these states, People are pouring in the streets happy that Trump is not there. People have voted to get Trump out. So obviously we don't want this man here anymore. So obviously we are the majority and you guys are the minority.
It also had a lot of people that wanted him.
Listen.
But where do we go from here?
Well, you remember yesterday I put this statement, I think the news, I was on ABC News, NBC News as well, and he put out a statement. Trump campaign statement says, beginning Monday, our campaign will start prosecuting our case in court to ensure election laws are fully upheld and the rightful winner is seated. The American people are entitled to a honest election. That means counting all the legal ballots and not counting any illegal ballots. So he's still out there. By tomorrow, he's been doing it already, right?
But this don't even sound like Trump. This does not sound like Trump.
This was on the news. So,
Here's the thing, right?
Someone probably wrote it for him.
Of course.
And they put it out
What I was looking at, and actually I was having a conversation with my best friend, he said the same. What I was looking at is what Fox News was reporting. What Trump supporters are saying, right? And even Fox News, even his own campaign on record, has said that they have not found not one credible evidence leading them to believe
that there was a cheat.
And I will say, and I was talking to Kareem about this earlier, I will say, I find that typically Joe Biden he likes to be lighthearted. He likes to be empathetic and stuff. And not that he wasn't that last night as well. He was.
Shut up.
All Democrats.
But I think he was much more firm than he typically is.
Joe Biden run on the stage last night.
I said to myself, why the cameraman doing so?
I thought the man was about to get a heart attack.
I thought he was never going to reach that stage. I was like, why they do him so? Come on, you don't show that angle. You don't show us when you're walking in the room over here, Kareem. Come on.
I just want to have some comments here. So Vinci Dr. Phil says, what we're going to witness over the next few months will show you that we were dealing with a spoiled child that's not used to being told what to do. Fluffy Carnival Gal says they were celebrating all over the world, even in France, which I believe. Yeah. Sunny Love says Trump was necessary evil. This country needed a reality check. Sheesh. Fluffy Carnival says that she says that man does not want the office. He wants a freak show. He doesn't care about the office. I agree.
Exactly. But that's the thing. I was saying this earlier. Even people like CNN reported that Joe Biden's campaign mentioned he was going to start reaching out to his friends. He was going to start reaching out across the aisle to legitimize this election result. And if you see people like Jeb Bush is the one that put that halt in Gore Bush situation. Jeb Bush came out and openly congratulated him. And you're starting to see a lot of senior political people and things
came
like
up.
that are coming to, so that slowly but surely, yes, Trump radical on one side, but he's already starting to lose power. So you have these other people who are familiar faces coming in saying, okay, this is what it is now, guys.
But that's what they were talking about. Yeah, that's what they were talking about.
For Biden.
That could just trip
every
him off
single
more.
one that you went on, they were saying, this man, whatever he's doing right now is not what's going on. He's literally lying. So if you're coming out of the White House as a president, it's like, why are you doing this at this point in time?
I want to bring up 2 points as well. If you watched, it was like night and day. So Trump spoke. When he spoke, he sounded kind of illiterate reading those cards, as opposed to...
And that was reading.
That was real reading.
Very low
and his eyes was down.
Yeah.
His eyes was even up, like focused.
I think he's sick.
I honestly feel like he's still not over Corona and he's just playing it off.
Yeah, exactly.
That's number one. Number two, if you check the vibe for Biden, yes, Biden's reading, but we brought this up. Biden stammers, and when he speaks, he tries really hard, and I really empathize with him on that. Like, he does a wonderful job of covering it, and that's why, for me, I don't mind listening to his speeches and take his time, and he's really soft-spoken, and so I'm okay with that, because I understand he's battling the stammering, so I can go with that. But if you notice, it was like night and day when he spoke. Yes, he's reading, but you get the vibe, and you get the feeling. His speech left a lot of people going that this was a time of healing. It is a time of of healing, what we went through and have been going through, it's real torture. I mean, especially for people in the South. Like, I have family and friends in the South. They voted. They're in the, you know, this is something I also want to point out. If you notice, within the South, within Arizona, it's all the urban communities that went Democrat. And that was a big shock. And that blew up everything. And I want people to also pay attention that this has changed tremendously how we view the voting. Most people say, oh, the South goes straight Republican. In this case, it didn't work that way. The demographics have changed because what's going on is people from New York are moving down south, are moving Midwest. So everything has changed tremendously, and the views. And on top of that, what people also have to remind themselves, which is something I think you brought it up, or somebody, I read it somewhere, that we have to remind ourselves that there's different versions of the Latino community involved here. Yeah. There's different tiers. There's the Mexicans, there's the Puerto Ricans, there's the Cubans and everything. So even though I would, applaud Miami because they went blue this year, but most cases Cubans go for the red and they go for the Republican. Yeah. What pointed out was there are different cell blocks or different I can't say regimes, different teams of people, because they have different coalitions within Arizona and within Nevada that were actually Mexican Americans and Colombian who had their children in cages because Trump had children in cages. Yeah. So these families worked together and they rallied their people to come out to vote. And that's what happened in Arizona and that's what happened in Nevada. And no one saw that coming. Not a soul. Because, usually with these states, you automatically jump and say, all right, these are going to be Republicans. They say Las Vegas usually goes Democrat. But this was just a different kind of election altogether. It was historical. And I tell people that. There was another topic I wanted to go in, but I want to get everybody's point of view across before.
Before we go to that, I think you're probably going to read the same thing.
Steph said, I'm glad Biden-Harris won. Trump was dictating division, hatred. We now need to hold the Biden-Harris team and his promises. I pray that the Biden-Harris team start working on the laws, amending the laws that affect our people so negatively, and it cripples us for years. She also said, I can now proudly wave the American flag. I've lived here for most of my life. My flag has always been Trini. Now, that was my whole thing. All right. Biden get E290 yesterday. He decided he's going to move forward. All right. President-elect projected, whatever the case. What's next? How are we going to hold them accountable to really get because, all right, let me not go there.
Like he said,
It's a lot of Democrats on the line right now.
Listen, I will say, he did say he's already looking to do a coronavirus task force starting on Monday.
What about our school loans, Biden? You promised us school loans.
He talked about the fact that his wife is an educator and that they have a friend who is an educator in the White House. He talked about having a diverse cabinet that reflects the American people. Kamala Harris is no pushover. I'm not like a super fan.
Damn Skippy, she ain't no pushover. Incarcerating 1,500 black men. We know she ain't no pushover.
Nikki had to. So I'm gonna let you do that, and then I'm gonna address the Kamala Harris after this. So
all
go
right.
ahead.
So before you think, there's one person here, Shamila, who says Pence is nowhere to be found, and I was asking that where is Pence? Right? Because even he knows that Trump is not what our country needs. He only supports Trump because it looks good on his resume. Neither one of them cared about our nation or black people. That's a fact.
So I want to address the Kamala Harris thing now. So, it has people on edge. Kamala Harris now. I want people to just bear with me here. Kamala Harris, she's black. In America, she's considered black. Okay,
but it's still
she's black. She's black and brown. Some people say she's not black enough. Some people say she's not Jamaican enough.
But she's not
Some
Jamaican.
People say she's not Indian enough.
She's not
you know what I'm saying?
She's
and it goes like that.
Welcome
And we will have that.
Biracial.
That's gonna be the next conversation that we have in Watch Trouble as well. How do you determine how Caribbean you are? You know what I'm saying?
With the fly.
Oh my God!
I was thinking that. So my thing is this. I want people to understand. I read a post that somebody wrote. I don't even know if the person will be here, but the person wrote, we're trying to combat racism. Why do we have to point out that she's the first black vice president?
Why do we have to point out there's the first black anything?
Black woman vice president. And I said, you know what? I get where you're coming from. Totally. However, right now in 2020, we are so divided, and they've pointed this out, that America has gone back centuries now with the racism factor. Like, we're at civil war status right now. That's how divided the country is.
I just want to piggyback on that. The reason why they point it out is because the way how the country is so divided, the word black is derogatory, and I heard someone say that it's like you don't have to put people by color,
and that's what I wanted to address.
Necessarily by race. So that's why they point out that this person did it because they want to show the diversity of how America could
That's
be.
what I wanted to do. That. So I wanted to point that out as well. And it's also something that, it's a stigma that we have to learn. Like, I think probably going forward that we really need to break it. But I had to put somebody on. I let them know, like, she just broke a tinted glass ceiling. As much as we don't want to acknowledge racism and so on, racism exists here. She is black. And when you're in government, especially, I know you get it within private sector, but government, to be in government and a black person and a black woman within government, it is very, very hard to elevate yourself. You can work your ass off and you will be sitting there just pushing that paper. Yeah, what you said. Okay, I got that. You know what I'm saying? And to have her reach to this level, it speaks volumes. So you have to acknowledge, especially within 2020, within the racial factors that we're in right now, you have to acknowledge that she is a black vice president that just broke a tinted glass ceiling. Okay?
Yeah, boy. Watch out. I know we was going on toast with some champagne, but as a Republican, I'm going to give all that toast to Kamala Harris. First black.
I just had to point that out. There's so much comments here going on within here, but I know people were like, oh, do we have to do politics the whole time? We don't have to do politics the whole time. But I just wanted to point that out, that the tinted black ceiling is a very serious issue, especially within the government sector of work. And I'm praying to God now that she's in this seat, and I'm not just saying that she's black or she's going to be for black people. We know. I think for me, I see her as she's right for right and wrong for wrong. And some people are like, oh, she's not for our people. She's an graduate. She went to a historically black university. She's black, but she had to make her way. If she didn't make her way, she would not be where she is right now. So now that she's here, we have to hope and pray that
But we also have to hold at a high standard. I remember you pointed out one time, or was it Kareem that pointed out that we hold our black leaders to a much higher standard than we do white folks. But I really think that we have to hold it to a very high standard. And we need to pressure all local aspects of government as well.
Jeremy Black Roots is very upset. He's he or she, I'm so sorry. I don't even know what sex you are, but yeah. But she sent enough black people to prison. She's black and Jamaican, but that don't mean anything. I understand that. But like I said, she did her job.
Morning, Lauren.
We're not saying, who knows? We don't know the background of these people. Suppose these people are a real bad man that needed to go to jail.
No, there was one news article, and I remember it vaguely, but where there was evidence that came across, like evidence that came after the fact that would have exonerated these men, and she refused to allow.
She refused to look.
Yeah,
she
because she said
look
she
at
didn't
it.
want to do a lifetime because that's too long in jail.
I will say is this, right? I have firmly believed, I've always felt this, and I felt more strongly now after I was falsely accused of a crime. Long story for another day. And you don't really realize how like the laws are written so weird in this country that don't make sense. But I do believe that there's a difference between the type of person who wants to be a prosecutor in their career and a person who wants to be a defense attorney in their career. And if you come across prosecutor and a defense attorney, it's very different.
It's very different
and
people.
I will say, who knows what part of her upbringing your
So what part did she fall in? Prosecutor,
she was
defense?
a prosecutor and she was a district attorney in California.
So she was just trying to get her numbers up.
So
I think that's what it is.
People.
I honestly think that's what it was. No shade.
It is a lot easier to.
But like I said, she had to do what I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but she had to do what she had to do to get where she at. Look where she is. Look where she's at right now.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how high of a standard we gonna hold her compared to Joe Biden?
We have to hold her up there.
Well, I feel like
I'll hold them both up there because, I mean, well,
But he's the one that came and said, I wasn't planning to run. And the reason I ran is because I felt like this country needed me right at this moment. I felt
and his
like
grandchildren.
I was a person that could do this. I'm not gonna lie. Well, based on his speech, he does. One of his best friends was John McCain, who was a Republican. That is how he got the endorsement of his late wife, Cindy McCain. You know, his wife, Cindy McCain. He does have a lot of experience and time in office.
We go see. When he was 29.
I think
we go see.
I saw the videos. I saw the videos of him, and you know, it is questionable certain things that I did see. But I always say people change. Like I honestly think people change after time, and that's not being naive. When you get into a certain office or certain position, you start looking things differently. Right? Yeah. So I'm hoping, like I said, I'm hoping that now that she's in this position, that she's not a true Oreo and that she looks at things in a most objective way. And the same thing goes for him. You know, you're not, as he pointed out, he keeps pointing out, I'm not doing this for the blue party or red party. I'm doing this for America.
And also think about what he said. He set himself up. He has set an onus for himself. He has said, I plan to be a one-term president. I plan to work hard to set Kamala up to replace me in a second term. He has outwardly said that. He outwardly said he needed to have a woman vice president. He outwardly came out in his speech last night and said, fist banging, the black community came out for me and you have always listened like this. I always had my back.
I honestly,
have your back. He has openly said those things. So
which I pointed out to you guys for me, which I pointed out, and I said it to my sister, and I sat there one day and I was just looking at it. From a political standpoint, I think it was a ingenious idea of having her run as vice president.
But that was the best idea. That's how he won.
Because I wouldn't even go for that because black people don't really favor her. Black people do not favor her. It goes back to...
Let me tell you something. Black people, period. Once there's a black face up there, they don't care who it is or what you do. After a while, they're going to forget. That's what America showed you that.
No. This race was a different kind of race because a lot of people say, I ain't feeling her. I don't like her. I'd rather go with Trump. Like, I was getting that a lot. And for me, it wasn't even the fact that she's a black woman to vote for her.
In America who did not take that wool over their eyes was the 50,000 people who voted for Kanye.
But let's be realistic.
That's it.
Realistic.
Trouble in the morning. We're here with Watch Trouble. We take a short pause. We come right back, guys. Don't touch it.
In your lingerie, fat body girl, in your lingerie, model baby, in your lingerie. She want me banger. Touch up on the bed, up on the floor, then me touch up on the dresser. I make you stomach. She want me banger. Touch up on the bed, up on the floor, touch up on the dresser. I make you stomach. She wants sex more than me, so make me tell by the almond tree. Then me take her to Normandy, touching her belly, she wanna R&B. She get wet. She body wet. The girl wet. She body wet. She want me banger. Touch up on the bed, up on the floor, and then me touch up on the dresser. She want the hammer. She want me banger. Touch up on the bed, up on the floor, and then me touch up on the dresser. I make you stammer. Model in your lingerie. Good body girl day. Model in your lingerie. Good body girl day. Model in your lingerie. Good body girl day. Model in your lingerie. She want the touch in her belly. She a crawl on the ground and a bar. Pose for the daddy. I make she happy. She can't be happy.
Trouble in the morning. We are here and we are in the middle of the Watch Trouble topic.
So guys, we're just basically just recapping.
It's time for Watch Trouble.
I'm gonna let that go. So basically we're just recapping everything that's going down within the elections here. I have a couple comments that people brought up. So Sunny Love 816 on my Instagram. You can follow me, Shandy Media, on Instagram as well. He says, we have a lack of understanding and uneducated people speaking on politics. Sorry, not sorry. Vinci Doctorville says she's not the first to put black men and women in jail and won't be the last. It happened right here in New York City, and there wasn't the same outcry. It's in the system the way that it's designed and systematic racism, and that's something we really that's the first thing that they need to dismantle now is the whole systematic racism, and that's not even going to happen with. I'm not going to say it's not going to happen, but we're probably not going to see it within the lifetime of this candidacy. It's going to have to start. The seeds will have to be planted here and then go forward because it's so ingrained. And the fact remains is this: Trump, like I said, made it chic to be racist. That systematic racism, just to me, on the surface, on the outcry, it just went through the roof. I could be wrong, but it really went through the roof visually for me.
He did.
And the way the laws are written in this country, a lot of people don't realize it's everything from education, politics, all of that stuff. It's such something that needs to be completely dismantled. It's like something is rotten and you just keep cutting off the one little piece and it's going to keep rotting. You know, it's a lot of stuff.
Steph said people talk about Kamala's accomplishment. No, it's not good to hear everything she's done. However, what about all the officers, common day KKK, that kill people of color and has gotten away with it?
It's true.
Oh.
Yeah,
That's
but
what
we
I
ain't
said.
electing them into office, though. That's a difference.
No, you'd be surprised how many of the elected officials are actually.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, that's true.
And we some of us we are privy to it, and some of us aren't. I mean, not everybody is a saint. It's politics. It gets dirty. It gets nasty, and you get to where you gotta go. It's when you reach to the top, and that's for anything. You sometimes you have to gunsling to get where you have to go, and when you reach there, you gotta do what you
I
gotta
just
do.
want the Democrats to have the gall, just to really go in there and just get all the policies done. And midterm elections, you guys vote again because we got to get the whole house.
Here's where I say, and this is what I have to point out again. When Barack Obama was in power, and this is what people tend to forget, he had to work against Republicans going against every single thing this man put out. And that put us 10 steps back. So when people say, oh, Barack Obama didn't do anything, we tend to forget that there was Republicans in there. So every bill that he tried to put out, they did not pass. So he had to work around it, take time to do this, take time to do that. And that tends to drag the situation. In this case now, House, Assembly, everything seems to be blue right now. So hopefully at this point in time,
so they got to go in there swinging.
They got to go and swinging. They got to go hard, provided Trump lets go and doesn't do anything crazy.
So, I mean, since we're on the topic of politics right now, I don't want to sway too much from your conversation. What do you expect from this government going in? Like, what is most important to you?
Can I interject real quick?
Yeah, sure.
Is my mic working?
Yes.
All right.
The voice of God.
Here is my input. Why is it that black people have to be goddamn near perfect?
Thank you.
To like inhabit spaces of power. We have to be goddamn near perfect.
Because we have to be better than the white.
No, we don't have to be.
People that are
We don't have to be.
We set ourselves up to fail when we do
Don't you
stuff
feel like
that,
we expect more from our own kind? We expect more from somebody
Right,
that looks like us.
and that's something that's conditioned into us, right? Because
but is it a
we
bad
will
thing
go
to
back and
expect
say, you know
more?
what? No, it's not a bad thing to expect more, but we almost have to be perfect, and perfection does not exist. So every black person of class and of intuition that comes up that could probably lead us, the minute time they said, you know what, he killed a bug in high school, it's pretty much Obama had to be perfect for 4 years, no scandals. I remember they got mad at him for wearing a tan suit.
I remember that. Yeah.
You understand?
That's unpresidential like.
LeBron perfect understood it.
But listen, Michelle Obama got in trouble for wearing
sleeveless
and the first lady all buck naked with a whole neck chick on the front page of the Daily News.
Because the majority isn't there. We are the minority in
but
there.
We are the ones that are bringing it up the most. The people I heard speak about Kamala the most is black people.
Yeah. She's not black
white
enough.
people even business.
From
She's white.
a woman that was doing her job based on the laws that was set before her. If we were so passionate about it, why didn't we vote to change the laws?
Exactly.
You understand? She's doing a job that she was voted in to do, and she was doing it based on the laws that were in front of her. Nobody's getting involved enough to go and say, well, you know what? That law is wrong. Let's vote. Let's get rid of that law. But now, 20 years later, when she's about to ascend to one of the highest office, we trying to hold that against her? Like, which one of us here hasn't done anything wrong?
We had to do it
so
you could remind
especially
her.
the sugars.
But I always say this. I bring it back to sensationalism. We are hurting, and because we are hurting, we are looking for an outlet to place this hurt instead of educating ourselves. The average person does not realize the way that the laws are written in this country until they are stuck in a situation where they are forced to understand how that works. The average person doesn't realize, clearly based on the comments I'm reading on Facebook, how the branches of government work, how legislation works in this country, how people are voted into things in this country. So until we really take the time to educate ourselves and inform ourselves on what we can do from grassroots, things are never going to change because we're going to be expecting things that are not possible.
So the second piece of what I wanted to bring forth that can make governance a little bit easier for Joe Biden. Georgia, those 2 Senate seats are most likely headed to a runoff, meaning that right now the Republicans does not have the majority in the Senate. Should the Democrats win those seats, they will then get the majority. So to the people of Georgia, go back out. Go out in your numbers and vote again, because for the guys to win the Senate seats in Georgia, they have to win 50% plus one. And right now, both candidates are under that 50% threshold. So they will have to do a runoff. Right now, I think it's tied 48-48.
Yeah.
And if the Democrats win those 2 plus the vice president, which is Kamala Harris, she can always come down and break ties like Pence used to do. So should that work out that way, the Democrats will probably have an easier path to enacting certain things.
I'm curious to see what their first 100 days in office is going to be like.
Well,
to be honest with you.
It will depend a lot on what happens in Georgia.
No,
the
but
first
let me
100
tell you
days.
something that's great. Correct me if I'm wrong. I could be bugging. Did we ever have a vice president that was elected president besides Biden? I don't believe so.
Yeah, I think this is the third time.
And so, okay, well, maybe not in a while, right?
Not in a while. I think since in the early 1900s.
Here's what's great about that. He knows how the White House runs. He knows what a press briefing looks like.
He's been in there for 50 years, so he knows.
I mean, being in there is one thing, but actually physically sitting as a vice president versus the 47 years he's been in elected official, very different. He gonna be probably the first president that don't get lost in the White House the first week. Of
course, because he's been there before. He's
done
it already.
I'm saying. So what I really appreciated was he's already starting to take steps to prepare himself for when, so that I think more than anybody, and I'm hoping, fingers crossed, right, he can really hit the ground running, because he's already talking about putting together a task force, putting together things even prior to him. You know, they wouldn't start working until, because it's not allowed until January, but just putting those steps in place. I'm sure he's going to be having little sidebar conversations. So I think for me personally, I am expecting him to like come in and clean house. You better sage that, jump off like that.
Khaled is saying George Bush Sr.
Yes.
Khaled saying George Bush Sr. was the vice president that also went into president.
Who?
Yeah,
George Bush Sr.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right. First 100 days, that's something I'm looking forward to.
Very
critical because that determines how the rest of the presidency, the term is going to run.
Yeah.
I really have I am optimistic that they would actually go out there, lace up boots all the way up for black folks, because black folks in this country, they really need some type of relief. I ain't not talking about 40 acres and a mule. I'm talking about just pretty much just passing laws and just for us to live a little bit, for them to live a little bit comfortable in this country here, and because they deserve it. To be honest, they deserve it. If you're a black American, you really deserve it. It's about damn time.
But you know what I also feel for, who also gets forgotten, is the Native Americans that live here, because they are the actual people who are American. We are all just foreigners here. They were forced off their lands, and I feel the most sadness for them because they're the most depressed people. They're the most forgotten people. Yes, they have lands and so forth, but if you ever check it, they're the most drug infested, most depressed people out there in the world, in America, and this is their land.
I just really hope that you guys hold the government, that's the people that's in office, including the local senators and all of that, hold them accountable. And I hope this time around that you guys just don't go out and vote in mass numbers and just get the elections in, and then come midterms, you ain't go out and vote as heavy as you did in the primary election. So now they lost in the Senate, they lost in this, and then they can't pass laws. You guys just go out there and continue.
So
for the next 4 years, I want to see it.
We should, because we have a voice here, we have a table here.
Yeah,
we need to educate people and let people know about midterm elections, how important it is to go back and vote.
Definitely.
And pay attention, because a lot of people really don't. Like this, the presidency is usually big, governor and mayor big. After that, everything is forgotten. And also people, go to your local precincts and get involved in your community affairs. It's nothing wrong with doing that. In Canarsie here, every Tuesday there's a neighborhood watch where everybody comes in, and it's just a very small amount because people don't know about this. But you can come in and you can discuss things that are going on within the community, and you'll be surprised at what changes can occur. So, go out and get involved.
It's so important. Right now, I'm going through a situation in my neighborhood where we are trying to fight a rezoning law in our community, which brings in a lot of gentrification typically, right, when they start building these high-rise buildings. Well, guess what? The main vote for this is made by our assembly person or our council person, I believe, in our neighborhood. That's important. These elected officials that are closer to your neighborhood have the power to make changes directly in your neighborhood. Before you're going to feel something that happened from the president that trickles down to you, you're going to feel what's happening in your own neighborhood. So it's so critical for people. If you're so upset, you're enraged, you're outraged, you're depressed, whatever it is, you could Google what Fed to go to and Cardi B business and all kind of stuff. Do your research. Most people don't even know what district they live in. It's so important. It's really necessary. So I would say
I saw a meme yesterday that said a lot of people is discussing politics, but they don't even know the 3 branches of government. So it hit me deep. I've read it before, but then I was like, yo, just in case somebody hit me with that question and trouble in the morning, let me go find what the 3 branches of government. But it is actually a real thing. Simple things like these, we don't take time to go read and learn and all of that stuff. But I really think that if we have a voice here, we should at least try to advocate every single week that we sit in these seats for people to just get involved in their communities. And community is a big part. And when we build the habit of getting involved in our communities, I think it's gonna evolve and get bigger, and then we're gonna actually start.
So instead of though?
Oh shit!
What is it? Judicial, legislative, and executive, or something like that.
Yeah,
I looked it up yesterday.
I know why you bring it up. People, it's not people on the live might know you.
Yeah.
No, but you know what the thing is too? I feel like people don't really realize like how much is at stake. I feel like people get hyped for a moment, but then they don't really realize the long-term effects of all these
because
things.
it's never see for lack of a better term is, whatever you do, I will follow you. And then if you ain't do that, I ain't gonna follow you. So we gotta be leaders in our own community.
And also I feel like there used to be a sense of pride that came with being an American, that you learned a lot of these things about America. I think that fell to the wayside a long time ago. I'll tell you why. I was helping a friend of mine pass the immigration test, right? He was going to get his citizenship. And there's a test you have to take, right? And so I was helping him study for it. And I'm laughing as I'm quizzing him because I said, I promise you, easily 85% of Americans don't know the answers to these questions, but they make another person from out of the country answer these questions. But the fact is they don't really emphasize a lot of this stuff in school in any way that would make you engage and make you remember any of this stuff 10, 15 years later.
And that's why I was saying when we were speaking, I'm like, the education system here, that what they focus on is not what we do in the islands. Even, let me say hypothetical, for Africa. You find they focus on politics a lot, and when you come here, it's a totally different story. We're well educated when we come here compared to the people.
But you don't feel like maybe that's by design in this country to keep people controlled and not know what their rights are.
And it's our job by design to help someone, to understand. I know people are very
Because can you
ignorant.
imagine if every single citizen actually knew their rights in this country and how to address it and how to
See what Isaac say?
go against these things?
What's Skinny say? If you're gonna go vote and not keep your foot on the person you voted for, next stay home. You're not helping anything. That's what I said just now.
That's true.
You got and Kareem rebuttals and said, why we gotta hold black people to such a high standard. We're supposed to hold black and whites to a high standard.
I hold everybody.
Once you vote for them,
That's it.
But I think instead of actually cursing the president all the time, kind of hold the people that hold the lower offices right in the neighborhood, the one you could go around the corner and actually walk into their office, hold them at a higher standard and really get your neighborhood going.
No, so I've been saying Trump is not the cause of this. Trump is not the cause of this. Trump elevated a situation and put a spotlight on an existing problem in this country. And I was talking to Sugars and saying, he exposed the facade that was the United States of America and this lie that we sell the rest of the world, that we're so wonderful and this is the land of the free and the home of the brave and opportunity for all. And that has been a lie since the inception of this country. We were not even included on the United States Constitution when it was written. So,
Definitely. Also, Skinny saying, and black people need to pull away from the partisan politics. Sitting and aligning with a party has them feeling like they give us a little more we need versus not being aligned with them.
And Stephanie is also saying, I hope that when the Biden-Harris team starts to make good on their promises, that is not rejected. I hope it wouldn't be a fight with the different branches.
When we come back, we continue with Trouble in the Morning. Watch Trouble. Also, we have an artist by the name of Fully Bad that we're going to talk to. I believe he's in, so we're going to speak to Fully Bad. Let's get into this one.
Somebody else. Call me, yeah. Can I say the boy need it? Like can I say you're way too good, feel better you have somebody else. Call me, yeah. She want a real gangbale. She want a big bang belly. She want a big bang boy, yeah. Call me, yeah. She want a big bang belly. She want a big bang boy, yeah. Call me, yeah. Me just want you get in a element. Bill Lewinsky and me be the president. Since you got free, come show me the evidence. Tight girls ever in a fashion. Always trending. Love a gal, fashion. Outstanding. Fling the jars away, car away. She have to come back tomorrow. Fling the jars away, car away. She run like a barrow. Fling the jars away, car away. Just play like a marrow. Fling the jars away, car away. She said she like to swallow. The little man now, the good. Better you somebody else. Call me, yeah. Can I say the boy need it? Like can I say you're way too good, feel better you tell somebody else. Call me, yeah. She said she want a big gangaloo. She said she want a big bang belly. She said she would like to be free. She said she would like to be free. She said she want a big gangaloo. She said she want a big bang belly. She said she would like to be free. She said she would like to be free. Hey girl, me come here so free, come here no come here so feel love. They get on a mission, me no come for sweet talk. No bugger to think, come me no come for skyline. Skyline, me when me for your shine off. If I want me, I feel when me fit tell me why car. She say I'm not a rubbish, she burn him like a dry grass. She say she don't want him, me forget the high grass. But I'm not just sitting at the sky, I fling the jars away, jars away, jars away. She have to come back tomorrow. Fling the jars away, jars away, jars away. She run like a barrow. Fling the jars away, jars away, jars away. Just play like you say you too good, feel better you suck somebody else. Call me, she want a real gangale. She want a real gangale. Call me, call me. She want a big
Why do I like Tifa chicken?
Hey, good morning to one and all. This is Trouble in the Morning. In the background, that's Dexter Daps with Call Me If. All right, I seen Roxanne was asking what's this one? This is Dexter Daps, Call Me If. All right, it's Trouble in the Morning. The entire team is here. We are inside the Watch Trouble topic. Also, we have an artist here we're going to speak to in just a little bit. So, Shandy, take it away.
So, guys, I just want to do a quick recap. You know, we have a new president.
Yes.
Elect.
Yes.
Hopefully.
Until Trump called back there.
Yeah, because right now we're going through litigation here.
Yeah.
But, you know,
justice system, come on.
Yeah. We applaud everybody who went out to vote. We really appreciate that. And we loved it because I think the previous show we were preaching to vote.
Yeah.
You know, and as Sugar pointed out, we need to continue staying on top of our elected officials and make sure that they're doing the job that they need to do. Mm-hmm. We thank you once again to everybody who tuned in to Watch Trouble. My name is Shandy, sweet and fluffy like pink cotton candy. You can follow me on Shandy Media on Instagram and on Facebook as Shandy Sweet. I'm going to pass it over to Nikki here.
And you can follow me on all social medias, including www.nikkigmedia.com. On any other social media is Nikki G the Voice.
Thank you to
so
the Watch Trouble ladies.
In and thank you.
That's it. So each and every Sunday we here, starting at 10 o'clock, it's the Watch Trouble topic with the Watch Trouble ladies. Now we have we're going to jump right into it. Now, Shandy brought this to our attention and she said, I have somebody, since you asked, because I think I asked you to reach out to get some reggae artists on the show because it's more centered around soca. So I wanted to get a reggae artist in it. And I was pretty excited. And then she said to me, the guy name is Fully Bad. Fully Bad, right? Fully bad.
Fully Bad, yeah.
Fully Bad. Like,
Fully.
Yeah. Gunshot in the air. Gunfinger in the air type of. So, welcome Fully Bad to Trouble in the Morning. Good morning, brother. How are you? Fully.
Manners and respect.
Yes,
all right.
So, let me ask you, let me jump right into it. What's your favorite type of shoes to wear? Don't say Clarks.
The man from Kingston, where you think?
Clarks and cut off foot pants and the styling.
Yeah,
Fully Bad, I've been going through your Facebook page and I'm liking the marketing behind everything that you're doing. As far as the colorful photos to, the great press that's on your Facebook page. Are you controlling your social media, or do you have somebody that's controlling your social media for you?
No, it's me controlling it.
So man, a lot of artists could take could take away a lot from you because you definitely have that social media presence on everything. So tell me a little bit about yourself, how you started and where you come about.
Fully Bad. Humble youth, Born a country, grew up in Kingston. Start the music at age 13. And I take it serious from them time there. From I drive off, I press brakes. Yeah.
So who have you worked with, for those who don't know, just to give light? And I just want to shout out Jeannie Sweetness, who put us on.
Yeah.
This is Shandy, by the way. Yeah. So who have you worked with in the past that people might be familiar with that you would want to highlight at this present moment?
Foot Type. Foot Type is my past manager. Yeah, Foot Type. I'm send me a road. He make everybody know me. But right now, me on that new label. You see it. Not really want to discuss the label name. Yeah, but we on that new label and me a record a producer named Slow Motion. The producer of my album Born for Do It.
Which part of Jamaica you hail from?
From Kingston.
Kingston.
Which part of Kingston? By the beach?
Kingston, yeah. Cassava Piece.
I know nothing about Jamaica, but we're going to say it sound kind of hard.
Oh, Lord.
That's That's where Movado from.
Oh, I love Movado too. My bad.
So, going forward, is there any collaborations that you would like to see yourself making, and is there any artists that you reached out to kind of make these collaborations work?
We're working on a lot of collaboration right now. I really want to discuss the artist them because I like surprise my fans them.
Nice.
Yeah.
We noticed
on that right now.
We noticed on your Instagram, we because Gigi and I were sitting here, we have Fully Bad music there, but then you have Bad God. So which name do you prefer to be called?
Yeah, because somebody calling them Bad God or anything.
Yeah. I seen one Bad Gag.
And there's a darkness.
So which name should we consider you? Like, which one do you prefer? He froze.
You think he froze? Yeah. So until we reconnect, let's play one of Fully Bad's new tracks. This one is called Born for Do It. Fully Bad is here.
I will praise you, O Lord, with my whole heart. I will tell of all your marvelous works. I will glad and rejoice in you. I will sing and praise to your name, O Most High. Give thanks and praise. God, you alone know the pain. No stress from my brain. Me still a whole million. No people, no real them. Just come round for gain. Like gun, my dog can get me energy for Jane. No seminar, go make it. Me not ready for the game. Me sing till my weak voice, till vice back sprain. Things can't be the same. Hard work are the key to life change. Who seminar, go make it, I go shame. Yeah, the progress in process. Can't say me hopeless, me so blessed, me know yes. Hard work, no rest, enough night, me alone step. Me no roll left, bad mind active out there. No listen to what mouth say, get up and go there. Greatness out there, all when them doubt me as strong I'm gonna be. Stand up on my foot and fight for my glory. My time so come, Jaja done show. Stand up strong, strong up on my feet. Born fight at me, I can't defeat. Starring on my blood, man, born for do it. Born for do it. Stand up strong, strong up on my feet. Born fight at me, I can't defeat. Starring on my blood, man, born for do it. Born for do it. Firm like when my hold my. Oh, them fool me down. Angie, a humble son, them can't see a stumble down. Born for this, born for when you can't see my face the ground. Strong for my feet.
Trouble in the morning, we are talking to Fully Bad out of Kingston, Jamaica. Fully Bad. Yeah, boy. I know Shandy had a question for you.
So we wanted to know, we were debating, like, which name do you prefer to be called? Because we see Bad God under your name as well. So we kind of got confused. Which one is it? Fully Bad or Bad God?
One of them you're comfortable with.
Okay, I like that. See, Jeannie love that. The next question I have is, I noticed on your Instagram that you have a daughter. How do you balance the work life, including her interior affairs as well as work? How does that go?
She's the one that pushed me to go harder, you know? Yes. Yeah, she made me go so hard right now, so big up my daughter, pretty bad. Yeah, Zed.
Pretty bad.
Pretty bad.
Yeah.
Fully bad, pretty bad.
From she born, my life changed. She's a blessing from God to me.
Okay.
Yeah, kids always change your life. This is Nikki J, the voice. Quick question. How has the pandemic changed anything that happened, let's say hypothetical, last year? And second question, soca versus reggae or dancehall, right? If you had to make any collaborations with anyone, I'm not sure if you did any collaborations as yet, but if you had any, which artist in the Caribbean would you like to do a soca with, and would you ever sing soca?
Marshall Montana.
Off the gate.
Yes, I know what success is.
That's epic, you know?
Well, we have a young lady in the studio here who is just obsessed with Jamaican, man. I just wanted to point it out before you answered Nikki G's second question.
I cannot. I don't know about obsessed. I just have a preference for Jamaican.
But you're the person of Aki right through the chat and they talk about Jamaican.
Because that's Akil. That's insecurity showing. That don't have nothing to do with me.
Because we know better.
All right, Nikki G, what was the second question for him?
Yeah, so the second question was during this pandemic, how has it changed for you, let's say, from last year to this year?
Well, I see a lot of changes, you know, because most of the artists, them are complain, so them not release no music because the pandemic. Me I work. I continue put out my music, you know, continue feed the fans them, give them what they want, you know. So we are balanced, you see it. It's a good look. Fully bad shine in a corona time.
Very nice. Positive thinking. That's great.
Yeah.
And as
The
far
best
as
time of my career.
as far as the music that you're putting out on the outside for the people, do you have like an album that you're ready to release, or are you just doing singles for now?
No, I just released an album called Born for Do It. You know?
Oh, that's the title. There was a song title as well. Yeah. We definitely have some more music here from Fully Bad. Tell us about the song you have, Proud. How did that come about?
Yeah, because I'm gonna tell you what that song come about now. Proud. Years now me I do it, you know. You don't know far me I come from, and I'm proud for so my career there right now. You see it, so that influence me for do that song. I'm proud of myself. I just express how I feel, you know.
Definitely, yeah, boy. So as far as for the ladies on the outside and for the sake of Gigi, is Fully Bad single.
Every artist is like, what's a single?
I was saying for the ladies that's on the live, you know, who may be interested, and for the sake of Gigi here, who is really in love with Jamaican men, is Fully Bad single. Oh, it's fully bad in a relationship, or just man and gallus?
Fully Bad is a gallus. I don't want to explain it.
So, all right, Fully Bad.
Yeah.
Gallus commandments 1-on-1, right? What's the first 3 Gallus commandments? Say, I want to become a Gallus in life, right? Yeah, right, Fully Bad. What's the first 3 things you would tell me in order to go about being a Gallus?
You have to have the style.
Yeah.
You have to clean, you know?
The bar clocks.
You have to, clean and have the style. You see it?
Right.
The girl them want.
Yeah.
You see me?
What's the next thing? What's the second one?
What's the second one?
Yeah.
The first one I clean, the second one I style, you know? The third one.
I guess I'm a
Third one, lyrics.
That's our lyrics, man. That's our lyrics. Right. You must know to talk. You must have argument. You must have argument.
You can't be fumbling on that word.
Girl is class, and number 4 is never talk bad about our next man to get our next girl, right?
Yeah.
All right. I learned as a quick study. I learned it fast. Shandy.
So I have my question.
Go on like you're not a girl. No,
but not the girl is better. Brother is the most faithful man out there.
This push not live, know him though.
Yeah.
The man say,
will have girls, bad girl have, you know, right?
Somebody in the live here know you, man. Somebody in the live here know you personally.
Oh my God, Shandy.
So I wanted to ask the question, on your album, what was your most favorite song on the album? Or what's your most favorite song on the album?
My favorite song of the album, all of them are my favorite, but my most favorite song is the one about my daughter. You know?
Okay.
I'm a daughter, and she me a do it for. When you feel my note in the streets, so she a forget anything she feel for.
Yeah, that song resonated with me because I have a 9-year-old daughter as well. So that one on here is a man real hard for my daughter, for real. Yeah, for real.
I have a question for you actually. So I know you don't want to discuss it as yet, but you signed to a US-based label. Does that mean that we would be seeing you more in the States, or would you continue to be working predominantly out of Jamaica?
Yeah, you will see me in the States soon, you know? Yeah, put in a lot of work and shoot some music videos, you know? And do some shows too.
And I'm not sure if you're familiar
so
with...
that's a continue work. Fully bad. Always a work, you know?
Fully bad.
Fully.
So one quick question. I'm not sure how you're familiar with the U.S. politics, but how do you feel about Trump not being president anymore?
The man that touched the US here, do it.
I just tell them nothing.
It's okay, you can plead the fifth if you know you're going to touch them on the issues.
You can... I know some split for Trump, be a
if you want to answer partially like a Jamaican being a part of it, does that make you proud to know that a Jamaican is part of it? Part of the team?
I feel proud, you know?
Right.
I feel proud, I swear.
I just said earlier in the show, I said you can't tell Jamaican people shit for the next 4 years.
So fully bad. Take
Everybody are gonna get visa now.
That's my cousin.
You sing that since we
Well, she did say from what her mother told her when she was young is like, you know, you get it, but everyone else gets it as well. So she's not just for herself, she's for everyone else.
So I love that.
Yeah.
Fully bad, I'm curious about this gallus class here, you know. What kind of food bad man are they eat to really perform, like, you know?
Yuka, man.
I say I'm interested in the gallus class now, so I want to know what kind of food bad man are they eat now, because in order to be fully bad, they have to have some kind of nourishment now. So take us in the life of fully bad in the morning. What's for breakfast?
Brown food.
Oh,
you know?
God.
That's right. Strong back food one time.
Boy.
Oh, he said dumpling as well.
You know?
Early in the morning, boy, dog, boy. Early, sir.
You having problems with the personal girl not fully bad, so you want to learn ingredients. You having problems at home, you say, no? You want to find out to keep you
man.
man.
Gallus, my borders are gallus, my grows are gallus.
Fully bad, me and you could lie, but he having problems.
Yeah.
Full of girl like this pan calendar. Nah, no time for no ring for no finger. If she flick, me flick well like ninja. Yes, so you call me a shot and ginger.
Bang.
Fully bad, boy. Fully bad, what's next for you? In terms of the music, what's next?
We have a next girl song forward, you know? Yeah, with a bad visual. Girl them are going crazy and thing, you know? Cause right now, me I sing for the girl them too, you know, because one time them usually bash me, so I'm singing too much gangster music. I must sing about my struggles and sing about the girls them, you know? So right now, we change up the thing. And I give them everything what they want to hear, you know?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
ladies,
sir.
no worry on yourself. Phone no time now.
Yeah. Just send me something, Gigi, as your friend.
Right? Lord, you're just telling me off today, boy.
Gigi's wearing glasses right there.
Telling me off today, boy. Oh, God.
Fully bad, let us know where we can get your music at and where we can find you on all social media platforms.
Ladies, remember me no ugly, so me on Facebook. Instagram, fully bad music. Everywhere, fully bad music. I'm tired for some face and tired to hear my voice.
That's it. I tell, like I said, I love the marketing. I love the energy that's being pushed on the Facebook, and definitely keep up the good work. You know what I mean?
You know?
We look forward to hearing a lot more tracks. Whatever is played today is gonna remain in rotation here on GMGT's Trouble in the Morning. So definitely bless up for coming through. Make sure and go and register your music with Mixcloud, so that whenever it gets a spin on GMGT, you can get a little cut out of it. All right?
All right, General.
Thank you very much for coming through. Any any big ups you want to send before we exit?
Yeah, big up yourself, my G. Big up the ladies them. Big up Gmgt.Live, the whole entire team. Big up my team. Big up Bad Gang. Big up all of my fans them. Big up the whole world. Manners and respect.
Before you go, just know you have a panty wet in the studio here right now. Just know that. You have a panty wet in the studio right now. Just know that.
Jamaican men do it, alright? Don't feel kind of way. I know you don't feel away, but yes, Jamaican men do it, alright?
Hey, this is Fully Bad. Hey, big up to Fully Bad. Oh my God, Lord have mercy, it's too much. This is Fully Bad proud. Thank you very much for coming through.
Yeah, man, bless up, man, bless up.
Big up Fully Bad, man. Bless up, bless up.
You don't know. Bad today.
Bad God in a man, fully. Blast F40 down. Big man thing, dog. Enough style we see a crowd Gumby. When me sing them doubt me. Know the real know me. Left them on the flats there, he like Stony. You I running pa my glory, I can't chip me fi kill me, no some mommy grow me, pa me belly tucky. You no notice enough. Oh, then I want see you uplift. Why try stop my food them? Quick man, never born rich, me born as a poor kid. Be a dogs me grow with, be a dogs me run with dog. I'm on that who put pan the old sick man. Coulda dead and gone pa my the cold fridge, but me out here I do it. Still I hold it, mommy. Pray for Mr. John, I left me lonely, yeah me. Put in the work, was me youth I grow big, yeah me. Go for my goal, score big. Believing in myself till me proud of myself. My family believing in me when no one else. Believing in myself till me proud of myself. Me G them believing in me when no one else. The road rough, enough time to a buck. Still never give up, push forward, stay focused. Studio to studio, sing till me what's up. Now everybody know me song, them fan breast the chorus. Greatness did that for come, so we happy now. Man living at the sky like the moon and the sun. Mother bad mind, no can bring me down. Can't see me back on the ground. Believing in myself till me proud of myself. My family believing in me when no one else. Believing in myself till me proud of myself. Me G them believing in me when no one else. Enough style me, see a crowd for Gumby. When me sing them doubt me, know the world know me. Left them on the flats there, I like Stony. Youth, not running pa my glory, I can't chip me fi kill me, no some mommy grow me. Pa me belly tucky, you no notice enough. Out then I want see you uplift. Why try stop my food them? Quick man, never born rich, me born as a poor kid. Be a dogs me grow with, be a dogs me roll with dog. I'm on that who put pan the old sick man. Coulda dead and gone pa my the cold fridge, but me out here I do it. Still I hold it, mommy. Pray for Mr. John, I left me lonely, yeah me. Put in the work, was me youth I grow big, yeah me. Go for my goal, score big. Believing in myself till me proud of myself. My family believing in me when no one else. Believing in myself till me proud of myself. Me G them believing in me when no one else.
Trouble in the morning. Good morning to you guys. The entire team is here. How you guys feeling? Don't forget to share the live. We just spoke with Fully Bad straight out of Jamaica, and it was pretty interesting conversation. So a quick takeaway that I learned from that interview is very simple. I think I'm 3 steps closer to being a Gallus. So
and you're saying this proudly.
I think my girl gone, man.
You're saying this proud.
I think my girl gone,
but it's
man.
gonna reshare. You're not afraid that she's gonna hear this?
I'll edit it out, man. Watch out, I'll allow me that, Jen. Hey, you guys, it's now time for this.
Trouble in the morning is spilling the tea. It is time for your entertainment news report.
Hello, guys. This is Shandy here. So for today's entertainment report, we're going to start off with what happened this Friday. On Friday, international soca artist Faye celebrated her 40th birthday in style with a simple yet sultry photo shoot.
Happy birthday, Bigfoot.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Disrespectful, man. Happy birthday, happy birthday.
Piece has grown. She looked like
she looked nice. I think she looked really nice. The soca star, finally referred to as the Vi Queen, lit up social media with photos she took just in time for their big day. In one photo, she's dressed from head to toe in Burberry jacket, boots, shorts, and bralette. No comment about that. No comment about that.
About she being brolic?
Yeah, no, her bralette.
Oh, the bralette.
Yes.
Oh, I don't even know what's a bralette. I thought I said she bralette, and I was about to say, yeah, you're right.
Like a corset.
Yeah.
No, she actually looked good.
She covered up she foot,
she covered up she foot, one she covered up she foot.
She looked real soft in that picture.
Yeah, she looked soft in the picture.
So, I mean, we're going to show you the picture if you guys haven't seen it. So, happy belated birthday.
Yeah, it goes out to Faye, and happy belated birthday, Faye.
Happy belated birthday, sweetie.
So, dancehall artist Shensia is helping young students in Jamaica by donating more than 100 tablets to support their online education. She said, "This is something that's been bothering me since the lockdown, especially since I'm a single mom. I can only imagine what some parents are going through, so I'm giving away 100 tablets to support those in need."
She's a single mom?
She's a single mom.
You have a contact number for
she also said this.
I just show my truck money.
This audio is really low, so.
Kids who are in need. So if you or anybody that you know is in need of a tablet, please let me know.
Call a lot of Jamaican woman voice.
With parents being underpaid right now because they have no choice, and some of you guys, they don't even have a job, to much less purchase a tablet or a laptop for your kids to participate in online schooling. It's extremely vital for kids to gain an access to be given a chance to get an education. So yeah, I bought them for you guys, and I'll be distributing them island-wide. So hit me up or anybody from my team. Oh, and one more thing. I made sure to put my logo on it. So if you see anybody trying to sell you this tablet, please don't buy it. But buy it full already.
God, Chance, you're sweet.
That was...
Hit me up as well, because
That was the most favorite part of my clip. She said I put a logo in the back of it. So anybody try to sell it this in Jamaica, just know.
Me buy it for
I'll be it for you.
Yeah.
All right.
Moving on to the next story. Drake's Laugh Now, Cry Later is making noise on billboards. I bring up Drake because everybody loves Drake.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I don't know about
that. They're considering him Caribbean, so I just put him in the mix.
So
you know what I'm saying? It's making noise on his Laugh Now, Cry Later is making noise in the top 100s. It's earning 21 in the number one spot, 21 weeks in the number one spot on Billboard's R&B and hip hop song chart. And Drake has bested a record previously held by icons Aretha Franklin and Stevie Wonder. 9 of his number one successes are songs co-starred, including Work by Rihanna, Moment for Life with Nicki Minaj, all Caribbean people, Jamie Foxx, and the list goes on. So that's why I mentioned him. I know we try to, put it out there.
And Kamala Harris is just as much Jamaican as Drake.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
No, let me tell you, I went to Summer 16 concert with Drake, and I wasn't sure, what does Drake really do? It was amazing. He has a really
Caucasian
stage presence, and he has hits. You was like, oh shoot, I forgot about this song. I forgot. He
big up Drake.
You all be here singing Summer.
I don't sing light-skinned people music.
Liars.
You racist.
You don't sing light-skinned people music.
So one last story to bring up is Reggae Sunsplash, the island's original multi-day festival, has gone virtual. It's going to run from November 27th and 28th. The organizers of the event are guarding the lineup for the festival at this time. Reggae Sunsplash was first held to promote a synergy at Gyre Park in Montego Bay, June 23rd to the 30th in 1978. So for this to be virtual is a big thing. They haven't stated, actually, if it's going to be free or not. I'm hoping it is.
I find this is one of the biggest challenges sometimes when it comes to Caribbean, even if it's a pay-per-view, either sometimes the access is not here, sometimes it's on cable, sometimes it's not, sometimes it's a live stream. Just make sure, hi, share that link so we can watch it. Thank you.
So before we go off, there's one more story I'm gonna add on, but I want to jump into Julian's promos. As you guys know, hi guys. I want you guys to check out some songs here. So there's the single Rose Rhythm by Daniel It features Daniel Hamilton, Kells, Lindsay, and it's produced by Advocate. Then there's the One Link Rhythm by Aisha Noel, College Boy Jesse is on there, and then Allison Hine dropped a video which is West Indian, and it's a pretty nice video.
Yeah,
you would think it's shot in Africa. I think it's shot in Africa. See, that's what I'm saying. It looked Cameroon, right? Yeah.
A lot of people was complaining though. I remember when Allison Hines dropped it on that Showdown show or whatever, and they were complaining, why would you post that in Africa or whatever? And I was like, nobody didn't complain when Masha went to Soca, Africa for Soca Kingdom and all that stuff.
Because she's a woman, a big black woman. That's why.
Oh Lord.
So there's one story that I want to bring up, that touched my heart and it touched all of our hearts. This earlier this week. And also, this is also a new song that popped out, so you guys should check it out on Julian's promos as well. Shout out to Yankee Boy.
I don't know how that song touch your heart.
When he did his interview with Akil, I felt it. I'm not going too far into it because I know Akil have to go into it, but it touched my heart because you saw the softer side. I just want to point out the man made 2K followers on that live. So, he had the crowd going, and I have to give him much respect because that was great. He did a shitty scandal and it got people locked on. It had people humming chat rooms were going. So I'm a check out the song on Julian's promos as well. Yankee Boy, shout out to you. And that's it for the Entertainment Report. Once again, my name is Shandy. You can follow me on Instagram at Shandy Media. He's not pushing it, but he's on the page.
My segment,
Thank you, Shandy, for that Entertainment News Report. Thank you very much.
I cannot do entertainment and not mention that. Come on. I have to touch it.
Listen, Akil.
Let me go for my ingredients. I coming back.
Who are you giving the truth to when you come back?
Just when I coming back just now. Just think I coming back.
Oh Lord have mercy. Here's Just D.
Me have to make more money. All right. It's Just D, yeah. Me have to make more money.
Who is it? Killer shit.
Everybody are your friend when the money come. So much hot gal on the ends when the money come. Invest instead of spend when the money come. Can't let the money done. Come me have to make more money. Make more money. Make more money. Come me have to make more money. Make more money. Make more money. Me need the big house on the hill, yeah. So me have to hustle till me pockets fill, yeah. Don't need a couple girls, need a couple mil, yeah. So me have to work out a strategy, yeah. Me see great things in my life. Can't let the money come and the money go. Me want drive the Benz or Bugatti, Porsche or Ferrari, drop top Audi. So me have to make more money, make more money, make more money. Come me have to make more money, make more money, make more money. Everybody are your friend when the money come. So much hot gal on the ends when the money come. Invest instead of spend when the money come. Can't let the money done. Some people make money and spend it quick. Some make it illegally or not legit. Me don't want store the money me flip. But me could never sell me soul for it. Me see great things in my life. Can't let the money come and the money go. Me want drive the Benz or Bugatti, Porsche or Ferrari, drop top Audi. So me have to make more money, make more money, make more money. Come me have to make more money, make more money, make more money.
Hey yo, ask what I'm doing, I'm pursuing a bond. Keep money with the team, making mutual funds. It's usually fun watching it all happen. No slacking, pure equity off passion. Yes, please, I'm very well interested. On the returns on my money well invested. I mean, I just want a Wraith and a Tesla. With the top off, got me looking hella senseless. Knocked down, but I got up on my feet again. Never would I let them put an end to my dividends. People plotting on me, stepping out of line. See me as a money bag, but never get a dime.
Trouble in the morning.
Make more money.
That was Just D with Make More Money. You guys, good morning to you. It is now time for one of my favorite segments. Let's get into it.
You want answers? Grab your coffee and listen up. Listen.
What the truth?
The truth.
You can't handle the truth.
With Akil Mitchell is on.
Good morning, Akil.
My brother, how you doing? Everything good?
I didn't know.
Everything blessed?
Yeah, everything blessed.
Everything's
I saw you came inside here with some fruits. What's going on?
Yeah, but today's a fruitful day.
You living healthy? Is that what's going on?
I just come to deal with certain asses. You can say asses on the line?
Yeah, I think so. But let's discuss it. Let's talk about it.
Right, well, for the past week or so, we have been seeing Clown and Soca performing on social media. Right? With the pineapples and the whipped cream. Things that don't even go together. Right? All this to drop a song. Fool, how much people they say, Shandy? 2,000 and people?
2,500.
Yeah.
No. I want to let her understand something with the 2,500. There's a difference when people laughing with you and when people laughing at you.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So the 2,500 is ready to laugh at him. And the people who continue to interview him is people who continue to laugh at him. I don't know what about this thing makes sense. First of all, I know personally it's a lie.
Yeah.
I know it's a lie personally.
You've been saying that?
I've been saying that because I know if you listen to his stories, I can pull certain pointers where you can know it's a lie. You understand? His stories just not adding up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're saying the girl who put you out is your personal girl. That was the number one. But yet still I know your girl not from Trinidad.
Yeah.
And when I asked you that question, only like you said no, your girl not from Trinidad. But in that statement, you hear the girl saying about your family, calling from Trinidad. No, the girl who I know and the girl who we with have no ties at Trinidad at all. You understand? Second thing is the car you have to know the clothes out there is not your car. You don't drive that car. I know the car you drive.
For all our young women with making style and your mother country, see all of Venezuela down there.
You understand? So, you just train up people He just train up people to drop a song. You understand? It's my virgin, but the song is not a tapa to me. It's not a bang. I just keep it real. Come with the truth. They don't come with the truth for no reason. You understand what I'm saying? If you want to get feelings and told feelings, well, you go ahead. I am here to tell the truth. The song is not a banger. The raw version and the unraw version is the same mess. You understand what I'm saying? It's just not happening. Just waste time. And you're creating this whole scene about this girl who putting you up and this girl. You have people talking about girl who don't even exist. Yeah. Yeah,
For
people
real.
bad talking about female that don't even exist. Just imagine that.
Wait, hold on. What was it? Patrice manager who was on the live?
And that's what I'm going to talk about.
So
And that's
was
what I'm going to talk about. No, you're doing a live. You have people now coming on the live. You're allowing people to be disrespected because when they come on a live, people are going to comment and talk nothing.
Yeah.
And you have people who are actually going in and making themselves look bad.
Yeah.
Because you going in and talk. I watch this girl come out and talk and carry on. This girl carry on. I call you all week because I know that. I say, look at that. This girl get on so far lie.
Yeah.
All you're hyping up on yourself for a female that don't even exist. That is how crazy this place is.
Yeah.
You think about it.
Yeah.
Or you vex with somebody who exists. You cannot think people saying about this female. No, but you cannot think people saying about this female. It's crazy. It is crazy. You understand? So I don't think
All
no.
your woman were making style of your mother
No, listen to this. A couple of years ago, Sonny Blink come and sing over a song.
The
bar,
yeah.
And Marshall Blank him from coming
into the Marshall Monday.
And people was having a problem with that.
Yeah.
But I think back, but I don't understand because these fellas like Yankee Boy. If you make yourself a clown in the soca game, you think any big artist out there want to do a combination with you? Or who having a show want to bring you on the show?
That's a fact.
Even said you serious, don't hire long as a clown. These men are not taking the craft serious, and I don't want to say I'm not using no pandemic. It's not a pandemic and them fellas getting on so. And Ray make a statement in she interview, which is important. As an American artist, as a Trinidadian living in America, it's very hard. You understand? Otherwise, I always give Larry props. I remember Larry walking around and not CDs from a long time, ever since he was with Peng and them. You understand what I'm saying? So I always give me props. But Yankee Boy and them doing too much now to get that same kind of thing. It's like they want to go out and power the work now. They just want to play the ass and get too easy. Because that's what he do. He play the ass. Nothing but that in nice. And men, I watch our live with voice on him. You can tell these men is laughing at him. And he don't understand it. They're not taking the craft serious.
No. I want you to address something for me because I just can't take you serious eating pineapple right now. Listen, I want you to address something for me, right?
Right.
We come down to the matter of, all right, let's say there's fellatio, all these good things. Where's the suck knee business?
All right.
Boy.
Let me address that.
Thank you.
Let me address that. Any man out there talking about suck knee? Any man out there talking about suck knee, hear what's going on? You have too much of fruits in your bread, big man. You have sugar in your tank. You understand? You're fruity because hear what's going on? What position you as a man have to go in to get your knee sucked? Because if you listen how the man demonstrating this thing. The man saying, and every say, when she suck behind it, sweetheart. What position you as a man have to go in for a girl to suck behind your knee? You have to be either cock up or you lie down on your belly. You understand what I'm saying? No, just think about it. And for all the people who thinking about, for all the young fellas who coming up in this life and want to, upgrade their sex life and whatever is the case, and the bedroom behavior, whatever is the case. Pineapples and whipped cream and grapes is not a match. It is going to upset your stomach, and when you're having sex, you're going to vomit on your girl. Listen to what I'm telling all you. Pineapple, grapes, and whipped cream is not a match. It is going to make you vomit on the girl by the time you're pelting 2 star.
Oh my God.
If you want to be real creative, dash with the pineapple, dash with the grapes, keep the whipped cream, add some caramel. You understand? Go by the store and get some Reese's Pieces and break it up in little crumbs. You understand? If you want to be real creative, but I get it all here. If you want to check me out, get some personal advice for all the little you two want to come up. But caramel, you understand? Reese's Pieces. All these things is better than pineapple. And just imagine, you eating pineapple grapes with whipped cream. Right? Let me say that's in the foreplay. Time you reach up and she now, and you peel 2 stab, you look in the vomit. You look in the vomit and the girl because your stomach upset. No serious thing. I want all Yankee boy friends and the family members and the loved ones to talk to him and stop him. Stop him from making a jackass of himself. Any further. I want to stop him and X-rated. You're encouraging the slackness. He's a member of this team X-rated. But you're encouraging the slackness. And the next drunk man wasn't alive.
Oh my God.
I can't tell you just call him whap him out. Yeah, whap him out. He talk like you're falsely. Only to stop doing this. If you really care about Yankee boy and you really consider him, tell him the truth. I seen people under the thing putting up fire. Talking about it too late. All you're lying. All you is lying. You understand? All it is not being truthful. People say, oh, this song nice. I see the man post up WhatsApp stories with people who actually sending him messages.
Yes.
Saying the truth. I want to find what it is. I want to pick stone them down. Like I want to find them people. Right now I'm playing detective and I'm looking to see if I know them. When you feel that big stone, you go, no, exactly better that big stone for lying. Or you talk to Yankee boy, let's stop encouraging this stupidness, please. Because I want to ask Yankee boy that. I want to learn from Yankee boy. Yankee boy, do you have any other artists you intend to do a song with, a collaboration with? And do you think that they will consider you after seeing you coming out here on social media and making yourself an ass? For free? For free. Just imagine you look at own. Just imagine, listen to this. Look at all the picture what I see. Just imagine you walk up to a female. One of your female friends and tell she what's going on. And when you keep on your cotton panty, all the good man, just imagine this. You ask a female, keep on your cotton panty. I want to put some whipped cream and some grapes and pineapple on it to take out a picture. And you can tell you ain't doing nothing. Just imagine. You have a little piece of whipped cream on your nose.
Oh my God.
You proud of yourself because if you're eating whipped cream doesn't leave evidence. So whipped cream will be all over your beard, all over the rim of your mouth without whipped cream. You know what? That's why I tell you and you put it on your nose. So when you're doing a nosy, and the next thing again, if you're eating the pumps, you don't put the ingredients on the fupa. You don't put the ingredients on the fupa. You pack up the girl fupa high. With a set of whipped cream. You know you can't eat all that whipped cream. You might be lactose intolerant or that thing. Yeah, sir. You looking to work against yourself. When they set these kind of meals, make sure that meal you like because if you eating it, it's not like she eating it.
Oh God.
Like he pour all the ingredients she like.
Oh God.
Yeah, sir.
Oh God.
Yankee boy.
You tell me you're going to die.
Because you are talking the truth. You are talking the truth.
Oh God.
No.
Wait, hold on. Now play the song now.
Play the song now. Let me get the song I want to play. This is the first and last time you play this song on the show, Sugars. Sugars are giving you a blind. The song is not playing you after.
But you can't give the body. You have to keep it between me and you. To find out they don't want it to.
It's not so bad.
Shut up. Shut up, Shandy. Shandy, shut up.
It's because of all the hype. It's the hype that killed it. That's what killed it. And the mic is hot.
Lola. All right, here what's going on.
It's not that bad.
All right, listen to me.
It's not that bad.
Listen to me. If you did just drop the song with all the hype, we'd accept it.
Yeah. Yeah, he
But
killed
you
it.
see the
He killed it.
invincible-
Yeah.
you see the invincible girl?
He killed it. Yeah.
And then you want to tell me about this song, but you have a life like it's Marshall Monday.
No, it's true. I was shocked that so many people actually tuned into the
You
live.
have a life like it's Marshall Monday. You will kill me though. The ones that call on live who saying people look at people on their live. People just want to be fast. That's not why they call him. Is that not the same reason why they call him? Being fast because they want to know what's going on.
No, he interviewed a select few. He interviewed a select few.
Yeah. Because they were asking the question people want to know.
I felt bad. They roasted poor Patty for no reason.
No, because the jump on live and catching feelings. Do not come on people live and expect everybody to like your partner. That's the whole thing about this live game.
My favorite part was the guy who came on and he said he gave up front for the back.
Who social distancing out? Social distancing out.
He gave up the front and he said it's all about bouncy. He liked to eat bouncy.
Let's imagine that we are Rasta men now in 2020 talking about eating bouncy. Just imagine. Oh, let's see the world going to.
Boy, I dropped my phone. I said, what?
Let's imagine that. And he's a well-known DJ in Trinidad. Well-known DJ. What the world coming to? What the world really coming to?
The man said, give up front for 2020. It's about Bamsi.
We don't share cup and drink. We don't share cup and drink out of people glass. Well, people putting them out all over the place, all over the Atlas.
Hold on.
All over the Atlas.
Akil, stop that.
Big man, no, stop that. This is the first and the last time this song will play on the show.
I'm in love with you.
But you can't get the body.
When you hear especially when you hear the raw version.
Oh God.
Listen to me. I'm all for singing raw. It took me a couple of days.
But what does this song?
It took me a couple of days.
Let me get a piece of pineapple.
It took me a couple of days to start singing WAP, and WAP song is hidden. Why would I say?
No, but let me ask a question though.
Which man is singing this song in a fete?
But what this song have to do with the picture though? I'm trying to understand what this song have to do with the picture. Well, you could put him out all over she body, so she was, it didn't look like she was saying don't put him out. So I don't actually know what
but he's saying he was in love with she body, right?
Oh, he ain't sugar.
Just imagine you are outside. You see them I tell you something, yeah? Men, it's a men, you see Yankee band them. Get introduced into girl at a big age. So they really know how to deal with females.
You need some classes from fully bad.
Yeah, because you can't be by an outside woman and she had your passport. She was your gun. Your parents always tell you don't leave your boxer by outside woman. No boxers can't be leave by no outside woman. None of my outside women can say they watch my boxers.
So if you're not supposed to leave your boxers by outside woman, you're supposed to leave your passport by outside woman.
What your passport doing there? And that's the outside woman. What your passport doing there? The whole skit is just up. It's just
belly boy tricks, boy.
You know why? You know, anytime I driving on Canal Street, I remember that thing called bootleg.
I just gotta read some of these comments out.
It's bootleg.
Somebody write, hey, Akil is a real tear. Somebody says, somebody turn off Akil, please.
No, the truth is the truth, and the truth shall set you free. In court of the law. The truth shall.
What you expect from a guy who dressed as a cop?
And fell. He fell.
Who's that?
When we say a cup, we have to talk about a red cup.
A red cup, yeah.
No, that's what I tell you know, any artist. Let me say Marshall was thinking about game this man I play on his trial coming up.
No, but it goes back to what you said. I think he appreciates being considered the soca music
that's
clown.
I want to ask him.
He wants to be the clown.
That's what I want to ask him.
Because if you notice, he stands out as such.
Yeah,
because
not a comedian, but as a clown.
Listen to me. You see when you're fighting for last in the soca game? You see when you're fighting for last in this...
Akil, who we fighting for last with?
Well, it's a Vizi. It's a Suscan. It's a Postman. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people that in the regulation. You know what I'm saying? But it does make you do a lot of crazy things. There's America. And with the pandemic now, but it's when you're fighting. When you're fighting to reach up. It's hard. Especially in America as a Caribbean artist. It's really hard. But Yankee boy about it the wrong way.
No, but here's the real thing, and it's so true what he's saying, but like on some realness. I understand that happens often, right? Somebody just put on a little puppy show or people do something controversial for attention.
Yeah.
But then the song have to be hidden.
But that's what Lyricals say. Lyricals beat around the whole bush where he say like he don't want to actually say the song is shit. But he said, all he said on the live, which made sense, he said, if you're putting out a controversial video like that, brother man, make sure the song is a hit.
Big man, let me tell you something. I go talk for Lero. I go talk for Lero all of them. I go talk for Lero and all of them.
A man say BMW, don't be fighting for that last two.
Oh boy, you see what I'm saying? But you see people, it have people who understand what I'm speaking about. and they can add names to the repertoire.
Oh my God.
They can add names to the repertoire, they understand.
No comment.
You understand? What I saying is though, dog, it have people who writing over there. Yeah. It have problem trying to spend all their money and get a good song.
Yeah. So maybe he don't have the money to spend.
Don't we need any money? You had the money to play the ass.
But he had a whole stack by ears when he said he talking about she go pay you.
Who said it was real?
All that.
Well, that man say he take out that loan.
It have people out there, dog, spend your money and get a good tune. If all your soul like, let me tell you something. In this game, only needs one hit enough. But needs a hit to make it. You understand?
But he got a hit already.
Who?
The Yankee boy. He had a hit already.
Which one?
He had a hit song.
I asked him
He
which
had
one.
rumors. He had rumors.
Yeah.
Rumors was a hit?
That was a hit.
Wait, yeah,
That was a hit. Stop it. That was a hit. That was a hit. Stop it. That was a hit.
Listen to what I'm going to ask him. It have two kind of hits.
Oh my God.
I hit in the face.
It have 6 runs and it have 4 runs. What kind of hit are you talking about?
But the man hit a 6 out of the park.
Shut up your mouth.
Yes. That was a big tune. Everybody was playing that. Everybody sang it.
Listen to me. It's just it would hit this kind of, you know, hit this kind of hit me funny. You know what I'm saying? When you say hit, when you use the word hit, you kind of hit me funny. No, but what I'm saying is, spend your doggy for the right. And I want to ask him. I want to ask him, what you consider yourself as in the soca game? You want to be a comedian? No, that was.
But you know it's a comedic hip hop like
that's what I'm saying. So then I would understand it.
Name was the one that do the smile song.
Yeah, so I think he probably want to do comedic soca.
I would understand that.
What about the hip hop artist who did 2 + 2 maths?
That
was funny. And that man's not high. And that went far.
He did that as a joke. He did not expect it. That was
but what I'm saying is though.
But Yankee Boy
was
serious.
I can't. Oh, so y'all say I wasn't taking Yankee Boy serious. Y'all was taking Yankee Boy serious.
I
sure as I wasn't taking him
serious. Listen to what I'm telling you. Yankee Boy is
Yeah.
serious about this.
Yeah, he's very serious.
Yankee Boy is serious about this.
So he's very serious about the track. But everybody, okay, 98% of people on that live knew that this was not a real story, and we were all waiting for the song to drop.
How much percent?
98%.
Yeah, but the 2% lying.
Remember last week, the week before it dropped, Ole was telling me, oh, we had to get Yankee Boy cut us. And I remember I said it very clear. I said, yo, we don't know if the man have a serious thing going on. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I kept saying, I think this is to drop a song. I really think this is to drop a song.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, I saw Jason Ben say he's gonna drop his sex tapes. Just
oh my God.
Because that is the formula.
Let me not talk about Mr. Alex and Jason Ben.
You want to talk about that?
No. But that's the form. No, stop.
Jason,
I'm cool with everybody here. Stop. No.
Once I hot one time. Let me just back. Once I back and I'm back and just bite one time. Jason Ben go back behind the DJ booth. What's the DJ name again? Musical mix?
Yeah.
Go back. Go back, I say.
Hey, Wally Black, good morning.
Go back. You see that you think about it.
Paris, good morning, Paris. Hurricane say play song again.
People have problems with telling the truth because we're friends and that's the problem in this industry.
It's not even that. I always look at how much work people put into a studio session. It's expensive. It's time consuming.
So because you pay 100, listen to me. So because you pay a certain amount of money in a studio, I'm going to accept your shit.
I never said that. I'm just saying people put a lot of work and effort into, and you know what it is? It's the friends, it's the people around you that when you're in the studio and you cannot be the yes man saying, yeah man, it's something good.
But that's what they're doing because they're telling me Yankee Boy song is a hit.
But it's too late now. He already made the song. When he was in the studio, somebody should have said, you're doing this shit wrong.
But he make it by himself. He make it silently. And that's why I say I wish I had the powers to yank. If I could have yank your data.
Hold on. Why they say when iron hot is the best time to strike it.
Exactly.
So let me fire this 1 second.
Trouble.
Yeah, I don't understand it. Only encouraging shippiness. Only encouraging shippiness. You here talk, you be Shandy. Shandy, you disappoint me. You disappoint me, Shandy. You just make such nice wings with good taste. Yeah, some nice tasty pepper sauce. And you come here and talking shit about Yankee Boy. You make me feel I no taste. You stop with good salt, or?
Man, the man work hard on this.
So accept his shit.
And he spend hard-earned money for this, then he
spend money on what?
He should have made something more productive.
She's saying like people is going to the studio, they spend their money, they work hard. Well then,
I think your mic's off. I can't hear you.
Or they're not going to force me
to
accept Yankee Boy load of shit. Or they're not going to force me to accept
Well, you know what it is, and we all said it. We all, baby, but we all said that we would have liked the song if it didn't have all this hype.
And the thing about it
Would you have
is,
liked it, or would it have been like, I don't think any of us would have been bumping.
no, but you were killing me.
Yo, it's pandemic. Anything playing right now.
Man, they shit in 2 versions, you know. Man, they 2 versions of shit, you know. Man, they this soft type of shit. You know, like when them dog eat grass. You know when dog eat grass? They give this soft shit. And then when they eat it, they eat the hard shit. The man gave 2 versions of shit. That's what they're talented for that.
I feel bad. We should have had him call in to defend his shit.
So when you said
yeah, he papi show me no more.
Yo, but honestly speaking, when you went live with him, I kind of felt sorry for him. Like he felt like shit for doing what he did. Like in the end.
Listen to me.
He should have called Akil first and he would have
said,
yeah,
and that's what I tell him. I said, dog, what's going on?
Yeah.
I said, dog, I call him and tell him, I said, you know it's the original. You go and buy AJ from 106 and Park, which is exciting. And Sanford, brother. Sanford, brother, you happy about, man. You go on to bust your tune by them. And you know I is the original. If you want to that shit tune to bus, I would have your tune maybe on number 2 right now. Going up to the top charts. That's how good I is.
2,500 followers.
No, because I had a live with 5,000.
I'm just saying. Okay, you had a live with 5,000. You were covering a story.
But this is
right?
why I'm saying, right? They say it was 2,800 on the live. And the moment he played the song, it was 322 people.
What's going on? It dropped.
Everybody was like, nah, man.
You disappoint the world.
No, my thing is this. So if the song was worthy, would have people stayed on? That's what I wanted to know. Like, what made people log on? That's what I was fascinated because people stayed on. And then I asked myself, why did I stay on? I stayed on because it was entertaining. It was
I am going to answer all your questions. You see all your questions? I am going to answer all your questions. You want to know why people still stay on?
Because they're fast.
We like ass.
Yeah.
Oh Lord,
I said it was entertaining.
Like a jackass.
It was good entertaining.
If you go in the middle of the road right now and count like a jackass, people will stop and watch you. We like jackasses.
But he stretched it though. He stretched it because
too long.
He had them talk on the mic for a while, and then after a while he came on. He talked a little bit. He asked the questions. He interviewed people. And then after that,
he wanted to interview, right?
Right, he interviewed a couple of people, and then coming down to the ending, then he played the song, and then he,
Yeah, listen.
so that's why people stayed on.
Let me ask a question.
Yeah.
If the song was good, and let's say it took off, would it have been worth it?
Yes.
But that's what I'm asking.
Yeah, for him, yes. I don't think for every artist.
So
but
it's
I think
a calculated risk he took. Unfortunately, he lost.
I don't think.
Yeah.
I think it
why
is
would I
what
be
it
able
is.
to do? Why? You see the thing about it is. Yeah, why been telling these guys?
Because it was a scandal. That's why. The
scandal
was a fake
wasn't
scandal.
aware.
That's what
It is a
dragged
fake scandal.
Yeah.
So that's what
It dragged.
He took a
All right,
calculated risk.
let's guys, while the iron huddle, let me do this.
I'm about to whip somebody's ass. Oh, I'm about to whip somebody's ass. Trouble. Oh, if you don't leave me alone, you're gonna have to send me home. 'Cause I'm about to whip somebody's ass.
Oh God.
Yeah, why you think with them go on there? I was telling fellas that Yankee Bond don't have a name already. You don't have to do nothing extra to try to gain a name. You don't have a name.
He does not have a name.
Listen to me. Yankee Boy did very good. You see when Yankee Boy had a listen kind of thing, do dance, whatever the case.
So you're saying he does not have a name, or he has a name?
He have a name.
He has a name.
He has a name, but what I'm saying is he already has a name.
Okay.
You don't have to do all the extra. Is the extra not needed for?
But the thing is we know Yankee Boy for doing extra. So if he didn't do extra, it wouldn't be Yankee
But
Boy.
He never
but
went
extra
this
is
extra with
dropping though.
anything.
The extra is dropping his up because
No, he really went the extra mile for real with this
because
one.
he was serious with the Ellis dancing thing. That was good. Remember that? That had the whole place in an uproar. Then he started drop because he come with the fuck up. Just up walking up and down with a cup. So people now started watch him like a joke now. Then you come and you fall off the stage over the case. Right? Then you come on this year. So after
So when you say Akil, it's time to give him some belt?
But yeah, because you know people go start to face him out because people start to watch him as a joke.
Yankee, come. Yankee, come.
You have to keep consistent with
Yankee, come,
bring him to the
Yankee,
front
come.
of the class.
Yankee, come.
Yankee and X-rated.
Yankee, come.
Why you gotta do it to X-rated?
When you're doing song, focus on the music, Yankee boy. Focus on the music. Yankee boy, focus on your craft and stop it. Yeah. You want to do XYZ and do fake thing. Yankee boy, stop your nonsense.
I
tell you the other day.
You're missing the whipped cream.
I tell you the other day. I say Prince Swanee do a thing and you take that and you run with it. Yankee boy, it didn't work out. It didn't work out.
Somebody said X-rated need a cut ass too for encouraging that nonsense.
Name is AJ.
Let him come and defend himself.
I finally get X-rated back on the show. Let me cut the man ass before he come back on the show.
X-rated new name is AJ from 106 and Park.
So Akil, what you say? What hit X-rated a few belt? Game girl, give me a few belts.
X-rated for encouraging this with your blonde dread. Take some lash. With your dark beard. Take some lash. Encourage us to have jack after the thing. Take some lash. You're supposed to know better than that. Take some, you look like AJ from 106 and Park. Take some lash. What the blast is wrong with you? And die back here, black. Die back here, black, no please.
Oh my God.
I'm not shame.
Oh God, that is it. My belly on me. Yankee boy, take one more lash.
Right now.
We like to thank you guys for tuning in to Trouble in the Morning. I'd like to especially thank the Watch Trouble Lady, Shadi, Nikki. Also, I'd like to thank Gigi and Akil for that piece of truth today.
It's all love.
We do enjoy Yankee Boy's entire... I kind of like this song, I ain't gonna lie. So now, it's the time for the wrap up with Nikki G.
All right, guys, this is a summary and what you missed if you just tuned in. Election highlights. Election highlights. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris wins, making him the 46th president and Kamala the first Black American female vice president. Not to mention she has Caribbean ethnic roots. Her family is Jamaican. Her mom is from India. Interview with cute baddie from South Trinidad.
She was fine as hell.
On her hat stipulated, "You can sip with us." Interview with Fully Bad, giving his list of Gialis commandments.
Fully.
Commandments. Shinzia gives away laptop. Vinci government has the elections. Highlights from the entertainment news. Yankee Boy.
Blasted ass.
Yankee Boy Fiasco, aka Clown,
Yankee
of
Boy
Soca, with his 2K followers on his life because of the shitty scandal.
Yankee Boy the ass.
We go on.
Cross to the clown.
Truth with Akil elaborates on the Clown of Soca. Some things not adding up. What's the new scene?
Dotish bad.
Oh my God.
Your door drive, panty big, fruits purposely positioned, and your song is not a banger. Total failure. Sucking your knees, brother. Pause. What you know? You had to know about your fruits. For deep sea diving. Okay, on a serious note, artists, please take your craft seriously.
Please.
Stop encouraging your slackness.
Thank you.
Fruits. Friends, be serious and stop lying to
Where's
your
his
artist
family?
friends.
Where's his loved ones?
Let them know when they play in the ass.
Please talk to him.
Caribbean Qatar's award goes to Yankee Boy.
Guide that fella.
And
Guide
on
him.
another serious note, educate yourself on voting, elections, and providing a service to your community.
Yeah.
This is Recap with Nikki G The Voice. Add me for your highlights at Nikki G The Voice on all social media platforms. www.nikkigmedia.com. Keep it locked to Trouble in the Morning on Gmgt.
And the word for today
is pineapples.
Do not be an ass like Yankee Boy.
We go. Here's Yankee Boy with all over your body.
I'm in love. Hey. I'm in love with you something, but you can't get nobody. You have to keep it between me and you. If they find out, they don't want it too. I'm in love with you something, but you can't get nobody. You have to keep it between me and you. If you flaunt it, they don't want it. I can see my lips, yeah. All over your body. You keep on your neck, yeah. All over your body. Love to see you sweat, yeah. All over your body. Trip it till you wet, yeah. All over your body. I just want to get physical with you. I can't wait to hold you. I'm watching your body. Go take your time and hold you. All over your body. Tattoo my name. I'm watching your body. Girl, you're driving me insane. Pineapple and grapes, girl. All over your body. Hit keep on your leg, girl. All over your body. Love to see you sweat, girl. All over your body. Dripping till you wet, girl. All over your body. Body all over your body, body. Body all over your body, body. I'm in love with you something, but you can't get the body. You have to keep it between me and you. If they find out, they gon' want it too. I'm in love with you something, but you can't get the body. You have to keep it between me and you. If you flaunt it, they gon' want it. I can see my lips, yeah, all over your body. He keep on your neck, yeah, all over your body. Love to see you sweat, yeah, all over your body. Dripping till you wet, girl, all over your body. I just wanna get physical with you. So when like I'm making love to you. All over your body, all over your body, body. All over your body, all over your body, body. I can put my tongue, girl, all over your body. He keep on your back, girl, all over your body. Love to see you sweat, girl, all over your body. Dripping till you wet, girl, all over your body. All over your body. All over your body, body.
Ungrateful, unfaithful, never wanna see her playful. Be careful, big man thing. They never love it when they get to youth win. The same one they go play victim, and the same ones who you plot and scheme. No stakes, man, lay down in a bed with. Quick to come share split. Don't you break bread with. We'll put shot in your helmet when you can't give them your last. They will treat you like trash. Stop hail you when them a pass. What kind of friendship? Just be careful of the ones you love the most. When you need them most, swear to God them never close. Be careful of the ones them around you. Anytime loyalty get tested positive, they will disown you. Be careful. Ones you love the most. Just be careful. Say them are your friend but not support you. Not saying they're supposed to. Sell a bag of weed, them room report you. Bring all the friends them to your front door. Don't go on like say you don't know. Them boy we cut you through too. The mongrel dog you give the bone to. Will turn wrong bite you when you're not low. Something really wrong with mankind. They don't wanna see man shine. Look out for the sign. Cut up the heart can't clean with lies. Be careful of the ones you love the most. When you need them most, swear to God them never close. Be careful of the ones them around you. Anytime.
Rude girl. What you say?
You're the first person I call when I want sweet, sweet loving round ya. My intentions for ball out low when me put it on ya. My one wine on it till it's realize me when you squeeze up to make climax. That way you tell me say you love me this is romance. My love when you kiss and tell. But call you when I send a message saying what can come find me. Leave me wrong about, don't wait the neighbor. Come right here so let me show you what me made of. But not be no flow, easy up, put me on the dresser. Boy, don't shine, make a handle the pressure. I saw me like you, love it when you wine pon it. Good baby, I'm attacked away.
Me love it when you wine pon it, girl. Bounce pon it, girl. Go play with it.
Mama wine pon it, so let's relax. Me when you squeeze up to make climax. That way you tell me say you love me, this is romance. My love when you kiss that time.
Me a nibble when you play with. Me hand in you, for me a rubbing on you. Wet, wet, it a drip, drip. You don't say that you're ready for sweet dream. I know me
music, good times.